Prime Minister, what brings you here at such a desperate time?
I have been sent by His Majesty the King on a matter of great urgency.
Zeronia Federation, right?
Yes. The King has grown impatient with your efforts. He doubts your sincerity in defeating them. Surely we can overrun a nation of farmers and simpletons with our military might.
I understand the discontent. Our bellies all cry out for the days of bounty past. However, if we wage a full-scale assault on Zeronia, will they not enlist all their farmers to defend their kingdom?
Yes, and such a move would certainly decrease their crop output. However, waging war after they've harvested their crops is even more foolish when our people are starving now. Our circumstance is black, Commander. Fully half our people will starve this winter. Half, Commander. The King will not stand idly by while that happens.
Don't worry, Minister. I have a plan to take control of Zeronia with a minimum of bloodshed. Once that is accomplished, it will be trivial to take Shelfengriff.
Then I shall take you at your word and inform the King.
You won't be disappointed, nor will you have long to wait for results.
I pray that's correct, for your sake.
A slow death is consuming this place. The sun is weak, much of the soil is becoming barren, and people struggle while on the brink of death from starvation. This is the western part of the Kirschland continent. Until recently, its 4 nations have been relatively unaffected by the strange influences acting upon this world. However, that ended when Emperor August Wellington was brutally assassinated, leaving only his infant son Karl as heir apparent. This weakness led to a fierce battle for power by the second Imperial Prince, James Wellington. The struggle split his kingdom in 2. While the western lands were being led by Her Royal Highness Theodora, Prince James ruled the lands to the east. Rolandia is a nation with commerce as its cornerstone. However, long rainy periods caused by the irregularities of the sun rotted its produce, resulting in serious famine. The east-west tunnel carved through the mountains is the main trade route with neighboring kingdoms, but it has now been sealed. Zeronia is an agricultural nation with a parliamentary government composed of representatives from each of its regions. The current leader of the Federation is Alfred Burns. His worries are many, for Zeronia is bordered by Aggressival and Shelfengriff, 2 kingdoms besieged by famine and desperate for the bounty that Zeronia guards to feed its own people. Nearly half of Aggressival has been consumed by the plague that renders the land barren. Most of its inhabitants are thus condemned to a slow, painful death by starvation. Raids on Zeronia's food supplies have become the rule rather than the exception, although the conflicts have yet to explode into full-scale war. 2 months have passed since Slayn Wilder was saved by a net. This tale begins in the southern part of the continent, the Zeronia Federation. James' Eastern Kingdom suffered a setback, however, when 2 of his most trusted and experienced generals joined Theodora's faction.
Sorry I'm late. Your shift's over. I'm here to take the post. What are you looking at? I'm fine. The wounds are healing just as they should. I'm certainly doing much better than this godforsaken land. I remember growing vegetables on this very spot when I was little. I don't remember when it started. But when the sun's power began to weaken, this world began dying. Still, I have no right to complain. We are far better off than neighboring kingdoms. Of course, they now seek to escape certain death by encroaching on what little good fortune we've been afforded. But even you know that much. Even in the 2 months' time you've been with us, you can see what we're up against. Leave the post to me and go get some rest while you can. The days are coming when there will be rest for no one.
Hey! Yoo-hoo! It's time to change shifts.
I'm here to relieve you.
What in the world are you looking at? We should go now. Let's return home.
Excuse me, Annette? I'd like to ask you something.
Okay, I'll be there in just a moment. Go ahead and return to town. I'll be there soon. Was Reynald just here? No, he couldn't have been. No, that's not what I meant at all. We didn't want you to know, but Reynald died. He was concerned with your survival until his dying breath. I'm sorry to even tell you this. I know how much guilt you must feel about what he did for you.
Look. See how the desolation approaches? Look. See how the desolation approaches?
You go on ahead. I'll catch up with you later.
This is the area, Gray. We need to split up so we can search quickly.
Okay.
Something terrible must have happened for you to come to such a forsaken place as this in such a hurry.
Yes. We must find Lobelica root at once.
Lobelica root. Of course you're looking for that. This is the only place they are to be found, right?
Please, sir. I cannot talk. I must find the root to cure this child's parents. It's the only way to cure them.
Indeed it is. The poison was very specifically made. Only a great healer would even know that a cure was possible.
No! It's you, isn't it?
Of course it is. You knew the answer before the words passed your precious lips. You see, I was commissioned to kill them as painfully as possible, which is incongruous with you healing them. Don't you think?
Would you kill a defenseless woman too?
I have a distaste for uncommissioned work, but under the circumstances, I see no other choice.
If you kill me, Gray will still find the root and another healer will mix it. You can't win.
An undirected child find a Lobelica root? Never. Besides, he won't get the chance to finish his quest.
No!
Die! So, we have a spectator. Isn't that unfortunate for him?
Maybe my luck's changing. I bet there's something of value in this nice bag.
Wait! That's my...
What? You're still alive? Hey, let go!
You fight well. This is insanity. I can't lose to this kind of village trash.
The bag! But now, the medicine. Thank you so much for saving me from certain death. My family name is Burns. I am of the Federation. That vile man attacked me while I was looking for medicinal herbs. I know it's shameless to ask, but can you get my bag back? I have no more time to talk. I have to find the medicinal plants. Please, if you get my bag back, take it to the Burns house in the Federation. If you show them the bag, I'm certain that anyone there will believe that I sent you. Please, hurry.
Oh, Slayn, what are you doing waiting here? You know, this is the place where I found you. Did you remember that and come here? It hardly seems possible, but it's been 2 months since that day. I know it's not your fault, but if only you'd remember who you are. That's nice, but I'd rather that you remember who you really are. Well, you probably would have perished, but now that you're here, I just wish your memory would return. Flattery will get you everywhere, but I'd much prefer that you try to remember who you are. Well, my cat can't find its way home most of the time. How are you any different? Enough talking, though. It's getting cold and I don't want to worry Father.
The only clue I have to offer you is this button I pulled from the clothes of the criminal.
And for that possibility, it is fortunate that I chose to watch this place, just in case. Now to the next order of business. I doubt that that child can find a Lobelica root, but perhaps I should make sure. It appears we have an uninvited guest. I detest uninvited guests.
Miss Annette, I'm so glad you're home safe.
Thank you. And what of Father? Is he here as well?
He's still at the assembly, but we expect him back any time.
Oh, I see. Well, thank you. Why don't you relax until my father returns? You could use the rest, and I'll let you know the second he comes back. I'm so sorry I had to wake you up, but my father has returned. Everyone is waiting for you in his office on the 2nd floor. Here, take a place at the table.
The purpose of this meeting is to inform you all of the decision made at the General Assembly. I don't believe that any of you are unfamiliar with the abnormal weather conditions we've experienced. Thus far, Zeronia Federation has been fortunate in that we've been affected less than kingdoms like Aggressiville.
Yes, Their desperation has led to attacks like the one that claimed Renault's life.
Correct. That sad circumstance has touched us all, and for that reason, we've approached the Empire to form a defensive alliance.
The Schelfengriff Empire? But aren't they in a state of chaos since their emperor died?
That is true. But I have faith that Prince Karl and Princess Theodora are strong enough to restore order. Princess Theodora especially is a strong leader. I believe that even James would admit that. The princess governs from the capital city of Falkenfreck, near the aggressive border.
Yes, but with the turmoil in her kingdom, do you really believe she'll become our ally?
If the terms are attractive, yes. We intend to ask that they send troops to aid our defense. In return, we will send them supplies they desperately need.
Considering that their food shortage borders on famine, I believe they'll see the benefit of the alliance.
And that brings us to the point of this meeting. Annette, I am entrusting this epistle to you. You are to deliver it to Princess Theodora at once. Your success is crucial to the survival of us all.
I know, and I won't disappoint you, Father.
Aggressival is sure to be on the lookout for any movement at our borders. So you are to escort her to ensure her safe arrival.
Yes, sir.
I would like you to accompany Annette as well, Slayn. We need to delay their discovery of our movement as long as possible, so I cannot send a large force. You have my complete trust. Godspeed to you. I will rest easier knowing you are looking after my daughter. Please do your best. Please, I implore you. It will benefit my daughter, and perhaps the journey will help you recover your memory. You can't say no. We are all counting on you. Godspeed.
Helping me is quite enough, thank you. I don't require assistance from an egomaniac.
Quiet, Annette. Slayn, I understand and appreciate your enthusiasm. Godspeed to you. There is no try. Only do. Concentrate, and you'll do fine.
Thank you all for coming with me.
We will travel in the lead and confirm the way is clear. We meet at the border.
Once this business regarding the alliance is concluded, I have another task for you.
What is it?
We have all worked hard to make a good life for ourselves and our families here. However, if this abnormal weather continues, even our prosperity will end. We have to find a suitable place to start over.
Start over? You mean you're preparing to move everyone to another land?
If our survival comes to depend on it, yes. We need to be prepared just in case.
But leaving will be so difficult. I mean, Mother is...
If it comes to that, it will be difficult for us all, Annette. However, we must do what is necessary to survive. We aren't going anywhere until there is no other choice left. But we must be prepared for that circumstance.
I know. It's just difficult to think about it.
Then don't, until we must. For now, I'm counting on you both to get that letter to the Empire capital.
Right. We leave at once. Thank you for waiting. Long? I thought I was here very quickly. I didn't want to keep you waiting. That's what nice girls do, after all. Yes, this is much more comfortable for travel. But don't worry. I've packed more formal attire for my audience with the princess. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go!
Ah, you made good time. Nothing of note has happened thus far, and the border crossing is just ahead. Once across, we'll be safe. It is not the time for relief. We are all still in danger. I agree. This will not be as easy as it seems. We all need to keep our eyes open and watch out for each other until we set foot in the Empire.
Sir, we're being pursued by aggressive troops. They'll be here any minute.
Here we go. Take Lady Annette across the bridge and get to Schwarzhaus. We'll hold them as long as we can and try to follow. Marl, Grappa, you accompany them in case there's an ambush waiting at the bridge.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We cannot fail.
We'll hold them. Get Lady Annette across the bridge.
We won't let you go. You're not going anywhere but straight to hell.
We'll cover you. Just get across that bridge.
We'll try. Just promise me you'll retreat to the bridge once we're across. Thank you. I won't let you down. Hurry! This way! I will deliver this letter, regardless of the cost. The aggressive troops shouldn't be able to follow us here. Yes, but not just yet. I've been worried too, but we can't go back until I've delivered that letter. Yes, if we fail to deliver the letter, all their sacrifices would be for nothing. It's basically a barrier outpost for the Federation. And not only that, but it's a crossroad between the East and West Empire. The town's location has made it prosperous, but it's also drawn unwelcome interest as tensions increase. Theodora's territory is ruled from Falkenfreck in the west, while James' territory lies to the east. Say, give me some time and I'll try to get a permit to pass the south gate.
Oh, Raimi is so sorry to hear that. But you do know that no one in this world can see you, right? If you stay in this world too long, you won't be able to be reborn.
I cannot go anywhere until she gets this.
Oh no, Raimi wants to help you, But no one can see her either. Amy's so sorry.
Wait, you can see me? Please, I beg of you, do me one favor.
Yes, yes, please help this poor soul.
There is a letter in that bag. Please, deliver it to a girl named Mary.
Raimi will go with to make sure the letter gets to Mary. Raimi is a dark fairy. Good to meet you. Raimi doesn't know if you're aware, but it's the rare person that can even see her.
Oh, there you are. I finished the task. Let's head for the capital. Meet me there in a while. I'll try not to be too long. Believe it or not, this is my first visit here too. Remember, don't stare or the people here will certainly think us to be country bumpkins. Which of course we're not. Oh wait! I can't go to the castle looking like this. I need to change into my formal attire. Why don't we take a room here so I can do that? Yes, do you have 2 single rooms?
Oh, 2 singles? Yes, yes. Of course we have availability.
Good. I'll go change into my dress and be right back then.
That Annette, she's taking so long.
Where is he going? What is he thinking? Why are you suddenly so quiet? Don't you recognize me? Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. And I must say you have excellent taste. The change wasn't that dramatic. I mean, it's only a dress. I didn't go from Sieg to princess. Well, we can't address royalty looking like commoners. What do you think? Do I look like the daughter of a president? Legs? You idiot! Is that all you have to say? You'll be lucky you can still see if you keep talking like that. I don't like the tone of this conversation. Not one bit. I am not an object. What do you mean this isn't like me? I know you're not used to seeing me like this, but I do wear dresses occasionally. What? Look, I like my usual attire better, but I must wear this to address the Queen and deliver Father's letter. But... Anyway, we need to get to the castle. I have come as a representative of the Zeronia Federation to deliver this epistle to Her Highness Queen Theodora.
You alone may enter.
But what about him?
The messenger alone is permitted to enter. I am sorry, but it is castle security policy. I would advise you that as a guest of Her Highness, you would respect the rules she has enacted.
I am sorry, Slayn, but he has a point. Perhaps you can tour the city while you wait. The information you collect may be valuable to us later. This may take some time, so let's plan to meet again at the hotel this evening.
Hello? Don't you remember the promise you made? This would be a good time to deliver that letter, don't you think?
Yes, I'm Mary.
This is a letter from... He was looking for a peaceful place, and he finally found one. But without him in this world, I have nothing to live for. He was my life, my hope for the future. If you don't mind, I want you to have this letter. Go to the place he spoke of. I don't have the heart for it. Maybe you're right. He sought out this information at the cost of his life. I mustn't let his effort go to waste. I have his words safe in my heart now. I'd like you to keep the letter. I want you to save as many people as possible using the information he discovered. That way, his sacrifice won't be in vain. Please, take this.
It was you, Randolph!
That realization has come too late for you. But that's no surprise. You never were much good as an assassin. You and I both know you're too nice. And of course, there's the more bothersome matter of your sadly underwhelming intellect.
Damn it! No!
So, this is the invisibility gem. Captivating.
You have no right to take that! It's mine!
If you can't carry out your job without this little bauble, you're not much of an assassin, are you? And what's a dead man going to do with this, anyway? It will be put to much better service in my possession.
Good morning. Did you sleep well? My audience lasted into the early hours this morning, but an alliance agreement has been made. The official form will be delivered by messenger when they have completed it. Until then, we can look for a new land as Father suggested. Letter? What about the letter? I can scarcely believe what I've read. So, the Fetherians are working on a plan to save the world? We must investigate this further. But to get there, we'll have to travel to the southeast by way of Schwarzhaus.
What can I do for you?
No. 2 singles. I don't know why you're being so difficult. I'll just have to come back and get a room later. I don't have to explain myself to you. Let's just go to the castle.
Listen, I've come a long way, and I don't want to wait.
I'm sorry, but orders are not to allow any civilians inside until the renovation is complete.
I heard that the first 10 times you said it. Okay, you're really making me mad. I want to talk to someone in charge. Oh, come on. Do you want me to beg? All I need is a few minutes. Please, please, please. Please?
I'm terribly sorry, but I must deny your request. Until the construction is complete, it is unsafe for you to enter.
Psst, but it's just you and me. And the wind. Who's gonna know? I'm certainly not gonna tell anyone, if you know what I'm getting at.
I am sorry, but while Sir Granford is ill, I cannot allow anyone to disturb him, directly or indirectly.
I see. Fine. Be that way. You're not going to make any friends with that attitude.
Sir Granford is indeed the governor of the grand city of Bibliostock. It is unfortunate that his sole heir has disappeared quite suddenly and mysteriously. It's a strange circumstance, and we're all quite worried as to the outcome. But of course, that is none of your concern. I'm sorry to have rambled. How can I help you today?
Well...
Rolandia, eh? That is quite a difficult journey. The kingdom of Rolandia lies on the other side of the Reagan mountain range. I fear you would perish making that dangerous trek. However, if you're desperate enough to try it, I will send word to allow your passage through the blockade we set up on our side of the mountain tunnel.
Hey there, friends.
Yes?
You know, I get the sense that you've got an interesting tale to tell.
Tale to tell?
Yeah, tale. Wait, just a moment. I couldn't help but overhear that you were seeking to travel to Rolandia. If you don't mind, I'd like to join you as I'm traveling the same way. Or something like that. I just want to hitch a ride, if you get my drift.
Who are you?
I'm just a fellow traveler in need of good company, scintillating conversation, fine food, a mellow wine. You know, the simple things in life. In dangerous places, I'm your man. They say I'm the handiest man around.
This man's funny!
I don't know. How can we be certain you're reliable?
He certainly seems less than reliable.
Slayn, it's up to you. What do you think?
Oh, come on! Look at this sad face. You're just messing with me, right? Right? Yes! Thanks a million. You won't regret this. Oh, by the way, I'm Hugh Foster. Good to meet you.
My name is Annette Burns.
Burns is right. You're hot.
Need I mention that we allowed you to accompany us and can just as easily disallow it?
Hey now, you're bringing me down. It's a little early for a cold shower.
I am Monica Allenford.
Wings, huh? That might be a turnoff for some guys, but I think they're cool. Of course, they're small, so that means you're a young Thetherian, and I'm into something more, curvy.
I'm sorry. Did you assume I was interested in you?
Hey, don't be embarrassed, sweet thing. It's natural. Just go with it. And you must be our fearless leader, right? You're one lucky fellow to be traveling with a sweet thing like this.
Oh, I'm beginning to think we made a terrible mistake. You have the manners of a drunken ogre.
But I wasn't talking about you, Annette.
So, you were referring to me as sweet thing?
Oh, just forget it. Say, when you get a chance, I'd like to have a word with you privately. Just let me know when you have a minute. How about I beg? Will the old hands and knees routine help? It's no problem. I have calluses. It's too quiet. Have I mentioned I don't like it when it's too quiet?
Where are all the villagers? Over there! Look!
Did you find anything else?
Nothing much.
There's got to be more here.
Sir, if our commanding officer finds out what we're doing, we'll...
I don't care. And they don't care. They're busy with the war. They don't have time for investigations.
How disgraceful! They're stealing from the people they're sworn to protect! Are you certain we should confront them before checking our equipment? All right, let's go. Then let's go outside the village and return to confront them when we're prepared. Have you lost your mind? We can't just let them get away with what they're doing! I'm going to stop them, and you're going with me. All right. We'll leave the village to prepare, but we're coming back. All right, I'm ready. They haven't noticed we're here yet. Watch your step, everyone.
Chief! What? Look! Who do we have here? You don't look like soldiers. So what are you? Wanderers? Says who?
It doesn't matter who we are. If you don't put back what you've taken, you will pay a heavy price. This isn't the time for stories. Isn't it clear that what you've done is wrong? Put back what you've taken and leave.
I was about to ask you the same thing. I thought soldiers were sworn to protect the people.
You're about to learn a lesson. The hard way. Kill them. All of them!
Yes, sir! I suspected something was amiss, but I had no idea you were plundering the village. What are you thinking? Is this something Theodora condones?
Damn! It's Orpheus Leadbulk, leader of James' faction.
I don't want to take hostile action, but your actions are a disgrace to all soldiers of the Empire. You should be ashamed.
Chief!
Taicho!
Shut up! Don't panic! I've had about enough of your goody-goody act, and this is a good time to end it.
As a soldier of the Empire, let me say that his actions shame us all. Were you injured in the conflict?
No. Well, not seriously anyway. Thank you for helping us, Mr.
Orpheus Leadbulk, commander of the 3rd Regiment, Empire Army.
Well then, thank you, Orpheus. Tell me, if those soldiers were of the Empire as well, why did they fight against you?
Shamefully, our army has been split into 2 factions. One follows Theodora, the mother of Prince Karl, and the other James, second in line to the throne. Those soldiers followed Theodora, and I aligned with James' faction.
One will ascend to become emperor, so this conflict is nothing more than a crime against civilians.
Objectively speaking, I believe what you say has the ring of truth, and it is sad. Please, excuse me.
Are you all right?
Yes, don't worry. It's probably just dust from the previous battle irritating my lungs. If you'll excuse me.
Wait! Maybe you can help us. We were trying to get to Rolandia.
The only way there is through the mountain, and the tunnel has been blockaded. Sir Granford, the governor of Bibliostock, has oversight of the area. You'll need to get permission from him to enter the tunnel.
That's just the information we needed. Thank you.
Watch yourselves. As you have seen, there is no such thing as absolute safety in these times.
As a matter of fact, you can. There's something I've been meaning to ask a Fetherian. I've heard rumors of a project the Fetherians are working on that can deliver the world from destruction. Do you know of it? Space-time fusion?
Yeah, that's the fancy schmancy project they tried to explain to me. The thing gave me a massive headache when I tried to understand it, so I stopped.
Yes, definitely. We've been looking for a way to save this world. Could you take us to the Fetherian research site? Yes. Hope. We've been working to find some way, any way, to save this world. We have heard the Fetherian research site may be of interest. You needn't accompany us there, but we would appreciate it if you would give us directions. We can find our way there by ourselves. Oh, you don't have to do that. Island?
Have you lost your mind? You don't mean that, do you?
She said she had to accompany us or we couldn't get to the island. Didn't you hear her? I'm sorry. He didn't mean it. We'll be happy to stop by Michelle's house.
This is Michelle's house.
Ah, so glad you've returned, Monica.
I've come to check the device.
Of course, right this way.
That's right. Never give up hope.
Monica, I'm so glad to see you. Will you stay with me for a while?
I am sorry, but I'm only here to maintain the device.
Oh, right. I see. Well, at least you brought lots of friends with you. It's so lonely here. I feel like I'm imprisoned.
Please, feel free to talk with them while I work on your device.
Okay. Well, hi. I'm Michelle Leadbulk. Sorry for this crazy arrangement. I know talking through the window isn't very convenient, but I must stay inside.
No problem. I understand. My name is Hugh Foster.
Nice to meet you, Slayn.
I'm Annette Burns. Good to meet you too. I'm Annette Burns, and this is Slayn. Do you mind telling us why you're confined to that space?
I must stay in a clean environment. I can't survive out there.
Why not? It's not that dirty out here.
Michelle was born with poor immune response. Even a slight cold could kill her. The room is kept sterile so she can live.
So, you mean to say she's never been and will never be outside?
Right. To leave that room would be taking a great risk.
Right. Never bet against the house, I always say.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
This unit is working fine. I need to check the outdoor unit now.
I feel like a doll on display in a glass case. The world outside this room is deadly to me. I have guests so rarely. What would you like to talk about? One day I'd like to go to the ocean. I can see the sky and mountains from here, but not the ocean. It must be so beautiful. I want you to promise to tell me of your journey sometime. I'm certain it's fascinating.
Thank you for waiting. I have finished checking the outdoor device. If the seal remains unbroken, there appears to be enough catalyst for 50 years or more. I'm afraid we must be going now. Take care, Michelle.
Thank you so much for everything you've done. Please visit me again soon.
The rest of you, get our stuff out of here!
I was prepared for the worst, but not for this. This is plain ugly.
This is far beyond ugly. How many people perished here? Why would the Empire abandon scores of innocents in Rolandia, leaving them to die?
They couldn't do anything but stop the famine from spreading. They had to do this. There was no choice.
There's always a choice. They made the wrong one.
Think about it, Annette. If thousands of starving, diseased refugees piled into the Empire, what would have happened? The Shelfengriff Empire could barely sustain the people they had. Adding more would have pushed them beyond the breaking point. I'm not saying I agree with this, but their decision is understandable.
Hugh, I am surprised. That was so well said.
I'm full of surprises. You'll see.
Slayn! Do you see what Raimi sees? They're confused. They can't find their place in the life cycle again. They suffered greatly and just wanted someone to understand their pain. Slayn gave them what they needed to be released from this place and return to the cycle of life.
This transfer gate will transport you to Featheria Isle.
But what is a transfer gate exactly?
It is a device that can instantly transport you to another place. But only if you have this pendant.
Do the Featherians use this as their means of long-range transport?
Unfortunately, I cannot. So they gave me a pendant to activate the transport gate.
So is that gimpy wing of yours going to stay that way? Or will you be able to fly eventually? Ow!
You need to learn when to keep your thoughts to yourself.
Ow! Sorry if I offended you.
Oh, right, thanks.
Oh, just shush.
I will prepare for transfer. You should take a short break while I work. I am sorry, that took longer than expected. I haven't used the device in some time. Shall we go?
Did the device work?
Yes. We have arrived on the artificial landmass, known as Featheria Isle.
Oh, I see. You know, I have a device that looks like this transport gate at my house. I wonder if it works the same way.
If it is operational, I have no doubt that it will. Now then, let's head for the space-time control device. Not usually. Adult Featherians can fly.
I've never seen such a large tower. What is it?
That is the space-time control tower.
Space-time control tower?
Let me explain. Within that tower, the space-time control device is being constructed. The device is a product of Featherian science and human magic. Without our historic cooperation on this project, I believe it would be impossible to achieve our goal. Currently...
Uh-oh. That isn't the angelic hello I was expecting. This is a nightmare!
That is the emergency alarm. If you'll excuse me, I have to check on that.
There doesn't seem to be anything unusual happening at the construction site.
Well, that alarm definitely means there has been a breach of our security perimeter. Someone is here that shouldn't be.
I'll just take this liability off your hands.
The space-time crystal is not meant to serve one, but many.
Simpleton. Are you really under the impression that I care what you believe?
You will not be allowed to leave with the crystal. Drop it.
What a charming effort, in a pathetically delusional sort of manner. Now then, what were you saying?
Right this way. Do not let her sorcery control your minds. Don't you see what she's doing?
Where are they?
There, look. They have the space-time crystal. If we lose that, the project will fail.
Stop right there! You're not going anywhere with that!
And what makes you think that?
There's no time to talk. Take the crystal and leave them to us.
Fine. I leave them to you then. Oh, and run them through twice. For me.
With relish.
Okay, this is not going down the way I expected. What's wrong with them?
The sorceress cast some kind of spell on them.
I bet it was temptation. She dresses as cheap as her spells.
Make them sorry they crashed our little going-away party.
She's gone.
This is just not my day. They got away.
Oh no! They escaped with the space-time crystal.
Oh! They got away! What will we do now?
What's going on? Wait. We have to stop the space-time crystal from being stolen!
Where am I? I remember now. We can't let the space-time crystal be stolen.
Losing the space-time crystal is a disaster! I must inform the Queen at once.
The theft of the space-time crystal is an unmitigated disaster.
I'm so sorry. If only we could have done more to stop her from stealing it.
Who are these visitors?
These are the ones I told you about earlier.
So these are the brave ones that stopped the intruders from making this disaster even worse.
Yeah, we stopped the intruders, but the crystal was still stolen. Without it, you're dead in the water here, right?
That's an interesting way of saying it, but yes, without the space-time crystal, the machine we have made cannot operate.
There is no use longing for what we no longer possess.
We will simply have to adjust our plans and use the alternate crystal.
Alternate crystal? Well, what's with the boo-hoo-hoo bash then? If you've got another, it's problem solved.
It's not as simple as that. Whereas the crystal that was stolen was large enough to generate a reaction to transport half a world, the alternate will only transport an island at most.
That seems like a poor substitute.
Unfortunately, it appears to be the only viable option we have left at this point. The sun weakens by the day here. Soon it will be impossible to support any life on this world. The need for decisive action is the reason we began the space-time fusion project in the first place.
So, with this alternate crystal, the project can still proceed. Lives can still be saved, right?
Yes, but that leaves the problem of who will retrieve the alternate crystal. We cannot, because that time must be spent here, modifying the device to accept the smaller crystal.
You will volunteer to retrieve the crystal for us?
We are all quite impressed that you volunteered to retrieve an alternate space-time crystal. The crystal that was stolen was obtained from the mine in the north of Rolandia. Take this key, so you can use the transfer gate to travel there whenever you wish.
I don't mean to impose, but I was hoping that you would agree to take the people of my country with you to the new world.
Your people?
Yes, the people of the Zeronia Federation. My father has entrusted me with the task of finding a safe place for us to relocate.
Well, as you know, our original goal was to save as many people of this world as possible. This project will fail if you do not return with the alternate space-time crystal. Therefore, I will make arrangements to include the people of Zeronia in our project while you retrieve the crystal.
Oh, thank you. You have our gratitude.
I'm in charge of magic barrier generators. You have the curiosity about their working in space-time fusion, no? Goal of project is to transfer space-time of island to different space-time. Barrier is therefore necessary to keep island divided from outside world. Magic barrier generators here were constructed to accomplish such task.
Grandfather!
Ah, Monica, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I just finished showing my guests around.
I wish I could join you, but I can't leave my post here.
I know. And I understand.
My granddaughter is a fragile gem. If you humans are truly her friends, you'll afford her the consideration she deserves. Oh, hello again. What can I do for you?
Hey, Sweet Cheeks, come here.
I know you mean well, but I wish you would refrain from calling me that.
Oh yeah, right. Say, I was wondering about this machine here.
This must be...
Has Monica told you about her parents? Surprised she told you herself. It's a source of great pain. I thought that would be the case. It's quite a painful subject for her. Her mother is my daughter, a Featherian. However, her father is a human, as you are, and therefore Monica cannot fly, even though she has wings. That fact is a source of pain to her, and so even though she has wings of a Featherian, she feels more comfortable around humans. As a scientific race, the presence of her wings is a contradiction, since our knowledge of science tells us she should be able to fly.
Seems like she should, but maybe she just doesn't want to.
Your comment shows ignorance of the principles of science we have come to know.
Just an opinion. No need to get your feathers ruffled. Not that there's enough to ruffle anyway. There's a lot of things I should do, but I don't do them because I don't want to. It's not that she has to do them. It's her choice. They're her wings. She could fly if she wanted to, I guess. But if she doesn't want to, she doesn't want to. What can I say about it? It's none of my business. I was just wondering, have you considered the possibility that...
What is this dreadful place? It is the northwest mining town in the kingdom of Rolandia. Zaidstein.
Wow, this place is a wreck. Maybe we should look around, see what we can see.
I don't think it's wise to venture too far inside this place. There's something wrong.
Visitors. Me? I'm the keeper of this shop. I have nowhere else to go, so this is my final home. What would you like to do?
This place smells of mold, but there must be some dry rooms. Shall we stay here for the night? It looks like this place is abandoned like all the rest. I'll stay here if you insist, but I don't have to like it. Then I guess we should get back to it. There's a long road ahead.
If it wasn't for the rain, this place would be completely silent. It's strange because there are so many graves, but very few ghosts. Do you think they even got a memorial service?
I thought I heard voices out here. So what's the topic du jour, you two?
You can see Raimi?
Of course. I was just pretending I couldn't when I was around the others. I've got to fit in and appear as a normal human.
Oh, Raimi understands. Well, sort of.
I guess this is as good a time as any to spill my guts. I can see spirits as well. So you see, you don't need to put on your act for me. We're both acting in the same play. Get it?
Oh, Raimi isn't so sure she gets it anymore. This is all way too complicated. Raimi's head hurts.
What's there to get? It's not that complicated. I just let you know that we're on the same page, working the same crowd. What I want to know is about Slayn Stark.
So, what are you two doing up at this hour?
We were just, trading stories, swapping tales, you know, male bonding, man stuff.
Stories? Did Slayn get back more of his memory?
Memory?
That is what I said. How can you trade stories if he doesn't remember past a few months ago?
Oh, right. You're absolutely right. You see, Slayn would tell me something he tried to remember and couldn't, and I'd trade that for one of my, stories. Bye.
He is so strange sometimes.
The Fetherians are working on space-time fusion on an island to the south of here.
Now that we have the crystal, we need to get it to the tower at once.
I bet you're the spicy tart Barbara was telling me about.
Spicy tart? What kind of weirdo are you?
My identity is of no consequence, save for the epitaph on your grave.
That's quite a nervy assumption, don't you think?
Well, we are surrounded, so the creepy bastard's got a shot at wish fulfillment if we're not careful.
Zion will not be stopped, and my task is to make sure the Fetherians project does not get in the way. Give up or fight bitterly, it doesn't matter. Your end is already predestined.
So, this Zion is pulling the strings?
It does seem as if he is the puppet master.
Your opinion is as irrelevant as your death will be. Goodbye. What are you trying to do? Compliment me to death? Unfortunately for you, I'm good enough, smart enough, and people already like me. You are simply in my way. Pity that your arrogance is wasted with the Fetherians. We could use someone of your ilk fighting with us. But that is not to be. I told you, you've involved yourself in my business, and I can't have that. It appears I have underestimated you. This time, let's call it a draw. If there is a next time, you will be drawn and quartered.
Phew! That was close! Let's get out of here!
Why are you leaving first? Shouldn't you stay and make sure everyone else gets out? Ugh! Sometimes he is so infuriating. I knew you'd come around. I can't believe all the others left first. I need to get out of here. I'm out. Don't dally.
And then there were none. Last one out's a rotten egg.
They've left me alone. I'm close enough to escape now. Should I? Please, be careful. Oh, I see. Okay, I'll go ahead.
Phew, that was too close for southern comfort.
He mentioned one called Zion.
Yes. It seems as if he's the one trying to stop the space-time fusion project.
Can't argue with that.
Well, complaining about it won't help us at all. We have to make sure the space-time fusion project is completed at any cost. We must do our best to see the space-time fusion project completed, regardless of the cost.
I wouldn't even joke like that. Too dangerous.
That name isn't familiar to me. I wonder why he would be trying to stop the space-time fusion project.
I don't know either, but now that we know he's out there, we have to be even more careful. I wish I knew.
There is no sense in talking here when there are more pressing tasks to accomplish. We need to get back to the Isle.
You've returned just in time. I just finished retrofitting the device. Now all we need to do is insert this into the plasma generation circuit.
Have the Federation citizens come to the island yet?
Many of them are already here. However, a few chose not to come.
What about the President?
He has chosen to stay in Voltone as long as some of his subjects remain.
No, Father.
And now that we have a crystal again, I wanted to express my thanks to all of you. We could not have made it to the threshold of a new era without your assistance. Please, rest while you can. I'll awaken you when the space-time fusion is ready to begin. I trust you had a good rest. You've returned at an opportune moment. We are about to engage space-time fusion in the reactor, but this presents you with a vexing dilemma. Will you come with us to the other world, or remain here and surely perish?
I will remain with my father.
I can't leave this world doomed to die. I'm staying. What about you, sweet cheeks? Will you keep me company?
I will stay here also.
I see. And what of you? Will you stay in this forsaken world?
You can't abandon all your friends, can you? What would you do? Are you really leaving?
The crystal has been installed and tested. We're ready to begin on your order.
Engage space-time fusion.
Reactor activated. Reactor pressure confirmed. Space-time plasma creation detected.
The time has come for us to leave the island. Take care of yourself.
Look forward with pride, and know that you made the best decisions available.
You know, I'll miss you. Good luck.
Oh, Raimi hates saying goodbye. Raimi will be here until the last.
That doesn't sound good. Believe me, I know sounds. I've heard a lot of them, and that's not a good one.
We're under attack! Magic barrier generator number 3 is under attack! Generator number 3 has been destroyed!
What? How is that being possible?
Safety program initiated. Reactor pressure decreasing. Fusion aborted.
No, not now!
Hey, wait! I'm coming with you!
I am the only Fitharian who can fight. You need me.
Oh, this is all just too much for Raimi.
Majesty, you must not be giving up. Leave Generator 3 to me. On my honor, we'll get it working again.
I will not let you do as you please.
Da is good. Restoration is complete. Such nerve. Destroying device I worked so hard to create.
The barrier has not been regenerated yet.
Perhaps I am needing to adjust output wave little bit. Do not let anyone get near until space-time fusion is complete.
No problem, old man. Good luck. Advance if you dare. I will not waver.
Tisk, tisk, such boastful words.
Just who the hell are you?
Who is not important, but what is. Bend to your ruler, Zion.
Zion? He's the one that's trying to interfere with the space-time fusion project!
So you are not as dull as you look. Then it will come as no surprise that I have come here to destroy you.
Just in the nick of time. Not that I doubted you'd come.
And so one more enters the fray. But this one is different. You are the one I have heard about.
You already know him?
This chance crossing will serve my purpose well. I can eliminate you all, here and now.
Magic barrier generator number 3, maintenance recovery process completed. Barrier integrity preserved.
Who are you?
Pity the barrier cannot be generated without the engineer. And so your space-time fusion project is a failure.
Barrier generator destroyed. Safety program initiated. Energy supply terminated to preserve structural integrity. Barrier degeneration is imminent.
Game, set, and match. Space-time fusion is impossible without the barrier. No.
Piece of cake.
We did it!
What a revelation. I did not believe it was possible for me to lose. I do not need your pity. You fought well, and I was unprepared for your strength. How short is your memory? I have already said that I am Zion. That shall remain a mystery until the appointed time. You are entitled to your opinion. I do not seek to please you. I have no fear of surrendering my life for this cause. You will not have the satisfaction of a total defeat. I leave the rest to you.
What was that? Okay, what is going on?
He killed himself.
What was he thinking?
Zion! Even if I am the last one left, I will accomplish the plot.
Zion! Even if I am the last one left, I will accomplish the plot!
Space-time fusion energy stores are at maximum. Fusion process initiated. Prepare for impact.
Seems to have worked.
They're all gone.
They've gone to the other world. What do we do now?
I don't know, but I need to tell my father what has happened so he can decide how to proceed.
I shall return home as well.
What about you?
Not sure. Do not have any place in particular to go at present. Anywhere I can continue my research. That will be sufficient.
Oh, what are you researching?
Whatever might be catching my interest.
Have you found a way to grow vegetables without sunlight?
Yet, but is not impossible. Vegetable species can be improved through crossbreeding and chemical modification.
We're looking for that exact technology. Why don't you return with me to Zeronia to work on it?
If facilities are being adequate, I would be delighted to do just that. And since we may be working together, introductions are in order.
If you are returning to the Federation, would you mind if I accompanied you as far as Bornea Village?
What do you say, Slayn? You don't want to leave a girl to walk alone in the wilds, right?
Thank you. I shall try not to be a bother. You are so kind. Thank you.
Isn't that kind of a rude way to say yes? How can you say that? We would never have gotten this far without her. Monica, don't listen to him. He's obviously lost his mind. That was a thoughtless thing to say. How dare you? She's coming with us, and I don't care what you think.
Well, shall we go?
My name is Victor Hugo. I am much pleasure to be meeting you.
Well, here we are.
Well, here we are. I guess this is where we part ways again.
Thank you so much for everything. The journey back to the Federation is tiresome. Why don't you rest here at my home tonight before you set out?
Well, I guess it's time to say goodbye.
Thank you for everything. If you don't mind me asking, what will you do now that your grandfather is gone?
I do not know. I suppose I will live my life as it was before. Michelle still needs me.
Well, if you need anything at all, my door is always open.
Thank you. That means a lot to me.
Well, now that that's out of the way, I guess we're...
No!
How could this happen? I didn't even hear someone casting a spell!
Was not magic. Magic item.
What a stroke of luck for you. A few minutes earlier, and you would have been one with the rubble.
You destroyed my home!
I do believe in personal accountability, and so I admit that I did. However, you were responsible for what happened as much as I. You invited the attack by allowing him into your life. Isn't that right, Gray? Now I'll finish what I started.
What's going on here?
Orpheus!
Orpheus!
I'm glad you're all right, Monica. Monica, I'm so sorry. I stopped by to thank you, but this is not what I expected to see.
Then count us both surprised.
This circumstance will work in my favor. You have a price on your head, and it's time for me to collect.
I do not wish to engage you. Go your way, and I will go mine.
I have no intention of letting that come to pass. You're mine now.
Huh. And just when you were about to snatch the prize. Pity.
Damn you!
Tisk, tisk. It's not me you should be cursing, but your miserable misfortune. What?
Orpheus, are you all right?
Vincent.
Great. Just what I don't need. Vincent Cruzveer. I need to get out of here.
Are you all right, Orpheus? Such a display of weakness is not like you.
I'm sorry. I have a cold.
You are in charge of the front line. Cold or not, you must be strong to lead your men.
Yes, sir.
My house.
Monica.
My house.
Crying won't put your house back together. It'll just make your eyes puffy.
This is terrible, but you're not in it alone. We're here with you.
Thank you.
Most anything broken can be fixed, maybe.
Monica, why don't you come to live at my house for now? We have plenty of room.
I'd like that.
And it saves the day. Again.
Is one in black friend of yours?
You won't get an answer for that. He's lost most of his memory.
Yeah, amnesia.
It's good to see you again. And even better under the circumstances. Thank you for saving the village. Your reputation is well deserved. Such modesty! Regardless of what you say, Your actions prove that you wouldn't abandon a friend. Such a philosophy is dangerous. For he who lives by the sword, dies by the sword. That said, I'm just happy Monica is safe.
You needn't worry about your sister. There's enough catalyst in the device to keep her home sterile for 50 years.
It wasn't the machine that worried me. I was concerned about my sister's best friend, you. I know how much she appreciates your visits, and I was concerned with all the upheaval in this area.
Sorry to interrupt, but we must leave at once.
Yes, sir. I hope to see you again soon. Take care.
Who was that man with Orpheus?
Vincent Cruzver, his superior officer.
He's a general in the Empire Army. One tough cookie, I've heard.
Well, we should go now too. Monica, don't worry about bringing anything with you while you live with us. We have plenty to share.
Sir, with the fairies. Pardon me.
Yes? Oh, you mean them? They look like fairies but aren't. It's okay though. Everyone thinks the same thing. It's a common misconception.
Oh, I'm sorry. What I meant was...
Just let me talk to you. Don't disagree with what I say, okay? What's a pretty girl like you doing in a dead-end town like this? What say you and me go find a quiet place to chat?
Well...
Come on. I guarantee you'll have fun. How can you argue with that, pretty lady? I'm going over there to chat for a while. Wait here.
What was that all about?
He is quite obviously girl hunting.
No, what I meant was, didn't it seem strange how Hugh just reacted?
It seemed normal to me. Well, normal for Hugh. He seems to react to everything strangely.
Well, I don't disagree, but I'm surprised you would state that so plainly. It doesn't seem like you.
Well, it is the truth, and I wasn't trying to be mean. By the way, do you know where she was from? Her clothing was unusual.
I have no idea. I was wondering the same thing myself.
I do not think she is from here. Probably from east.
The East? Are they wealthier than us?
No. Rolandia is neighbor immediately to east, and they suffer greatly.
Hey, thanks for waiting. Very interesting conversation. I told her about Slayn's memory loss, and she says she can restore it. Isn't that right, Yayoi?
Yes, I've mastered the skill of psychic cure. This isn't the place to try it, though. Meet me at the inn. I'll be registered under the name Yayoi Tachibana. Don't wait too long. I'll see you there. I'm glad you came quickly. I've been waiting. If you're ready, we can begin immediately. Slayn and Hugh, I'd like you to assist me.
What of us then?
I'm sorry, but any more will interfere with my concentration. You can wait here. It won't be long. Now then, shall we begin? Now I'll try to awaken the memories sleeping deep within you. Just breathe deeply and try to relax.
So the target is to be the president of the Zeronia Federation then?
Exactly. A difficult task demands an impressive wage. I'm offering 100,000 once completed.
Well, you and I differ on the definition of impressive.
Of course, the price also buys your silence. Understand? This isn't open for negotiation. If you pass on it, I shall simply offer it to another.
No. I was merely contemplating your offer. I find it acceptable.
So then, Gray, we have a deal?
Damn you! Give me back that gem!
If you require this to do your job, you don't deserve the title of assassin. And besides, its power would be wasted on one soon to fall to their death.
No!
Oh yes. The higher we climb, the greater the fall. See?
I can't. Too much.
What just happened?
His memories streamed into my consciousness. His name is Gray. He was an assassin that was nearly killed by another of his kind. Perhaps that's what caused his amnesia. Wait, no! That can't be! No! No!
Yayoi, wake up! What are you talking about? You're babbling on and on and on. It's driving me crazy.
He didn't lose his memory from the beginning. There is another.
Welcome back. How many fingers am I holding up?
I'm back, and I can move. So, Gray couldn't be killed after all.
What's going on? Slayn, what are you talking about?
Shut up! If you don't shut your mouth, I'll silence it for you. Now that you've got yourself under control, tell me where I am.
You're in Schwarzhaus.
That's just south of Zeronia's capital. I'll have to hurry to make it in time. Damn it! What's wrong with me? No, you can't take. It's mine.
Okay, now I am officially freaked. That is not the Slayn I know. Was it some kind of hidden identity? He was just so different from the person that I know.
I have heard of people with multiple personalities, but he didn't seem to be one of them. I just didn't see it in him until now. Perhaps a dark spirit master can read his soul and tell us. I have done everything I can for him.
Why do you suppose he was in such a hurry to get to the Federation?
As an assassin, his target was President Burns of the Federation. He was trying to complete his mission.
He was targeting Annette's father?
Oh, he's back! Raimi is so relieved. She thought he might have left us forever.
Hey there. Do you remember what just happened? You do? I'm sure it's a lot to take in, but be strong. We'll get through it. You don't? Well, it's probably for the best.
I'm sorry. I was unsuccessful. I did not have enough moon power to discover dark...
Shh! You shouldn't have...
Oh, right. Sorry.
Actually, you're right. Maybe it would be easier if you knew. Since you don't seem to remember anything, let me explain. Most people are unaware of it. There are spirit masters roaming this world. They are aligned with 6 attributes: sun, moon, ground, water, wind, and dark.
I am a moon spirit master, controlling moon and mind, while Hugh is...
Stop! My attribute is not to be revealed. Besides, we're talking about you.
Slayn, you must be a dark spirit master. Raimi just has the feeling that's what you are. Dark fairies know.
The reason I find you interesting is that you're radiating a wave of dark power. You're probably unaware of it so far, but it's there.
Yes, this dark wave is reacting with other spirits like the sun to make them less active.
The part that's intriguing is that a normal dark spirit master wouldn't radiate such strong power. But your power is there, and it's very strong. I need to learn why.
If we can discover the cause for the powerful dark wave, perhaps we can stop this world's crisis.
Of course, since you've lost much of your memory, all of this probably seems jumbled to you. Let me explain what's happened. You know that the world is suffering a weather crisis that people are blaming on decreased sunlight, right? The problem is, the lack of sunlight isn't the entire problem. It's the weakening of the sun spirits.
Your dark wave has weakened the sun spirits. If we can find a way to understand your power, we may be able to reverse the process and save our world.
What happened before you lost your memory is the key to all of this.
Oh, maybe Raimi can tell you something that will help. When Slayn seemed to go crazy earlier, there was no trace of a dark master in the room. Slayn was not a dark master at that moment.
But that's impossible. That can't be turned on and off at will.
Why? You don't know everything. There's nothing to be sorry about. We all have our limits.
The situation is unique, and I did not want possibilities eliminated before they were considered.
Be proud of what you do know, but don't be overconfident. You know, we're all tired, and nothing more has come of this discussion. We should rest for the night.
So, how did it go? Did you get your memory back?
No, there's nothing she could do.
If only I was more powerful. I'm so sorry to get your hopes up.
Don't apologize. He's been through quite an ordeal, and recovering his memory will just be difficult, that's all. But now that you're here, what are your plans?
I came here to ensnare the one who betrayed my clan. I have vowed not to rest until she is captured or persuaded to return.
Oh, I see.
But I've said too much. Please excuse me. Farewell, for now.
So, this is the Federation capital?
It's good to be home.
Especially when home is one of the only peaceful cities left.
Anywhere I can still conduct my experiments. That is home to me.
Yep, that's just as boring as I thought you were.
Father, I'm home!
Annette, I'm glad you made it back safely. I know. You're wondering why I stayed.
Father, I know you feel strongly about this city, but...
Your efforts were not in vain. Over 1,000 people planned to leave, but because of you, half of those decided to remain. I was chosen to lead and given the job of president. I do not take that lightly. I strongly believe there is a way to save these people without leaving, and so I implore all of you to keep looking for some hint of an answer to our dilemma. But enough of that. I see you have gained traveling companions. You can rest in the apartment in Old Voltone.
The one where Reynal lived?
Yes. It's empty at present, so you can choose rooms that suit your taste and use it as your base of operations.
Ooh, a secret base! Sounds like my kind of place.
I know you have more to discuss, but you must be exhausted from the journey. Rest now, and we'll talk later.
Federation.
Say, Chief, Where are you headed out to in the dead of night? I've been standing guard to make sure everyone's safe. I didn't expect to see you.
I've noticed that you are not a normal human. I cannot read you.
Well, well. You're no slouch yourself, are you? You're not what you seem, are you, Gray?
So you know. What are you going to do with that knowledge?
I know I can't let you kill the president, and don't underestimate me. I'm not what I seem either.
A chameleon then,
Something like that. So, what are you going to do?
My name and reputation is well known in the underworld. But don't worry, you saved my life, and I would not repay such kindness with evil.
Oh.
I don't know how much you know, but I took the assassination job to protect the president.
What? Are you telling me that you took the job to prevent it from going to an assassin that would really succeed?
Exactly. But now that you know, I am depending on your discretion, especially where Annette is concerned.
Annette?
Never mind. I've said too much. Just know that you needn't worry about me.
Looks like there's some kind of secret thing going on between him and Annette. Grab some popcorn. The plot is definitely thickening. Hey there, sleepyhead.
Now that everyone is assembled, we can begin the meeting. As many of you know, we of the Zeronia Federation have asked Theodora's faction in the Empire to aid us. In exchange for their protection from invasion by Aggressival, we have agreed to send them food.
So is that why Aggressival is making such fuss?
Yes, they are not amused by the Alliance, and have sought to ruin our supply transports to the Empire. And possibly for that reason, no troop reinforcements have arrived from the Empire. Complicating matters further, the loss of troops in the supply transports has weakened our ability to deliver supplies even more. Therefore, I am asking that you guide the next supply transport to be certain it gets through. I know that you've just returned and are still weary, but this transport is critical.
Father?
So, Slayn, what do you say?
Thank you. I had hoped you would agree.
The most direct route through Schwarzhaus is already guarded by troops from James' faction. I'm sure it's impossible to use that route and arrive in one piece at the Empire capital.
The only other route would be the mountain trail bordering Aggressival.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You're proposing that we pass right under the enemy's nose? That's begging for disaster.
And passing through Schwarzhaus is not?
Oh, you're right.
I'm afraid there's little choice in the matter. The terrain is our limiting factor. The supplies and troops are near the guard post. Join them as soon as possible.
I'll go as well. I can't let you down, Father.
Well, if this train's moving out, punch my ticket too. I wouldn't want to see you all get killed or something. And without my help, it's a distinct possibility.
All right, then. That means we need just one more person.
I cannot go at this time. I must continue research.
What research is that, Dumpy Pants?
I must investigate this transfer gate further. If I can get it working, we can send supplies to the Empire instantly. And once link is established, I can expand it to any place where a transfer gate exists. That would be tremendous strategic benefit to us all. And I believe I am almost to point of getting it working. So I must stay.
Then I will accompany the transport as well.
This is a critical mission. If we manage to get the supplies to the Empire capital, they will finally send the troops we need. We're counting on you. I am pleased you have decided to do this.
Are you the vanguard for us then? As you can see, we're not armed to fight, so we'll have to follow once you clear the way. Go ahead, we'll follow close behind. The transport troops are ready to move now. Go ahead, and we'll just follow.
Uh-oh. Call me crazy, but that looks like a fortress.
Father made no mention of a fortress on this path.
What will we do? The transport squadron will soon be here, in harm's way.
Now that sounds like the kind of leader I want on my team. How can we lose?
Hugh, save the enthusiasm for the battle and a plan. Why would you do that? It would expose the transport to danger needlessly.
She knows what she's talking about, Chief. We've got to do the fighting on this one.
That seems like the right decision, but how will we accomplish it without killing ourselves? We need a plan. A drink? A drink? Slayn, that's not even funny.
Hey there, Chief. It looks like you stoked the embers of this little spitfire.
And Hugh, this is not the time for humor. We need a plan.
Well, it just so happens that I do have a plan. Look carefully at that fort. We know it hasn't been here long, so it must have been built quickly. The walls are made of annata wood. Yeah, it's plentiful around here, but it burns real good. Get my drift?
So, we should create confusion by lighting the walls of the fort on fire? That sounds reasonable, but it will take time for the fire to spread.
It might. But with even a lucky breeze or two, the fire will spread like, well, wildfire.
But how can we count on a wind blowing at the right time?
Don't worry your pretty little head about that. I'm sure it will. Guaranteed.
How can you be so confident?
Aw, you're looking at me like you have doubts. That hurts, Annette. Seriously, right here. My heart's got a boo-boo. Would you like to kiss it?
Ew! Remy doesn't think so. And she's right to doubt you. Remy thinks,
That was strange. That gust came out of nowhere. Did you do that, Hugh? Maybe Hugh was right after all. If he can do that even a few times, the fire will easily spread. And it's not as if we have another plan. We'll just have to try it and hope for the best.
Okay, now that we're all on the same page, I just want you to remember to come back here after lighting the first fires. I need you here, out of harm's way before I try that wind magic again, and really get this party started.
wind magic? Please. That's not magic at all. It's from the wind spirit.
After the fire has spread, we'll hurry the transport through, while the enemy is otherwise engaged.
All we need to do now is get those fires started as close to the fortress entrance as possible.
Slayn, Remy wants to help too. Please, please, please. Normal people can't see Remy, so spying would be a perfect job. Before they set out to start the fires, let Remy spy out the enemy positions.
Slayn, what are you thinking about? It looks as if your mind is millions of miles away.
Will you let Remy help? Oh, Remy will do her best. Remy hopes the information will be helpful. The rest is up to you now. Do your best. Oh, no one ever thinks Remy is useful.
Slayn, are you listening? What is that sound? If you think so. Image training?
Now, Annette. Slayn here has a lot of whiz-bang-woo going on in his noggin right now. Cut him some slack.
Then show me your skill. Slayn, this is no time to joke around. The transport will be here any minute.
Perhaps his memory loss has worsened, and he really does not know. Shall I state the mission again? You are to set fire to the walls of the fortress, without letting the guards see you.
That's fine. You are mortal. Great, but keep it to yourself. You're not inspiring confidence.
Spunky? Check. Sexy? Check. Into lighting fires? Double check. Oh, put on some Barry White. I think I'm in love. Mother will be so relieved.
These delusional conversations with no one are beginning to worry me.
Now is not the time for that. We can worry about it later.
Here we go, fire starters. Time to flame up or shut up. There are defensive walls on the left and the right, so try to spread the fire around, okay?
Who goes there? Commander, enemy scouts!
敵、司令殿、敵です!
Uh-oh, they've spotted us.
Take your stations, men! I don't want any of them leaving here alive!
Looks like everyone's back safe and sound. Time to see if these guys can take some heat. And now, a little wind, if you please, Maestro.
Fire! The fortress is on fire! Extinguish it! Ah! It's a fire! The fortress is on fire! Put it out! Put it out!
This would be a good time for some wind.
This wind's come from nowhere, and it's feeding the flame!
That's amazing! The wind, it's blowing just like you said.
I scarcely believe what I'm seeing.
Looks like we have their shorts in a knot already. Panic. Right on schedule. You're welcome. No applause is necessary.
What's happening here?
Just in time. We've set fires to distract the enemy troops so you can pass through without being attacked. If you hurry, you can make it to the Empire capital before they get these fires out.
Understood.
The transport squadron has successfully passed the fortress.
Great! Let's catch up with them.
Whoops, they've spotted us.
The supplies seem to have arrived safely.
Thanks to your assistance, we were able to transport the supplies without losing any to pilferage or damage.
The goods have been received. Our troops are ready to fulfill our part of the agreement.
Excuse us now.
Very good to meet you. I am Kenneth Raymond, Company Commander of the Imperial Army. The troops under my command have been assigned to the Zeronia Federation under the agreement. Once the goods have been inspected and my report has been submitted, I intend to return to the Zeronia Federation with you to rejoin my men. The inspection process will take some time. Please meet me at the castle later.
Well, I'm looking forward to a little R&R. What do they do for fun around this place?
Yes. What are we to do while we wait?
Slayn, what do you think?
You've grown into more of a force for good than I ever imagined possible, Annette. Perhaps you've forgotten, but I finally remembered. I long to tell you my name, but my hands are stained with the blood of the innocent and unfortunate. What? You followed me?
Yeah? You forget that I still don't trust you completely, Chief.
What is it gonna take before you do?
Dunno. But talking can't hurt. So wag your tongue a little and see if it helps my trust issue. Look, as long as you don't do anything wrong, I'm not revealing anything you tell me.
All right. I have no choice but to believe you. Besides, with you moving my body from place to place during the day, I can't carry out my objective anyway.
Moving your body during the day? What kind of freak do you think I am, Slayn?
I am not Slayn. I am Gray Gilbert.
Okay, what's eating you? Enough with the goofy jokes.
Whether you believe me or not, I am Gray. 10 years ago, my father was president of the Federation.
Annette's mother? Okay, now I have a headache.
She never returned because she was attacked and killed when searching for the plants.
So that was connected to your parents' death?
But my father and mother had their food poisoned. Annette's mother tried to save them, but she never returned from gathering medicinal plants. The man who poisoned my parents was lying in wait for Mrs. Burns as well.
What? How do you know?
I went with her to look for Lobelica root that day to save my parents. The man in the forest specifically said that he would not allow the plants to be taken back to Voltone. When I returned and told them what happened, no one would believe me. They thought I was overcome with grief and had made up a story. I was mad that no one would believe me. But that was not the worst part. The worst part was when I saw Annette's crying face. That moved me to swear revenge on that man. I would devote my life to finding him and avenge the deaths of my parents and Annette's mother. I immersed myself in the criminal underworld, building a reputation and getting closer to the animal that did this. I learned his name was Randolph, and he was an assassin for hire. I sharpened my skills, waiting for my chance at revenge. And then, almost before I knew it, I had built a reputation as an efficient assassin as well.
And that's it? Didn't you find out why he killed your parents and Annette's mother?
It was politically motivated. Other kingdoms wanted to destabilize Zeronia and take the rich territory for themselves. I don't know which kingdom hired him, but I know that he was hired to cause chaos in the kingdom by this evil deed. And then, because of my reputation, Gerhard Orvel of Aggressival hired me to kill Annette's father. The irony was overwhelming.
But if you were friends with Annette, why doesn't she know you now?
Perhaps she's forgotten.
Let's not think that. There must be another reason.
Perhaps I look different than I did then. Or maybe she did really forget. Please, don't tell Annette. I will not interfere with this. Slayn, is it? He may continue to use this body during the daylight hours.
I've concluded my business at the castle. Now I can accompany you back to the Zeronia Federation.
We'd be happy to have you travel with us, Kenneth.
Before we depart, I wanted to discuss recent developments that will affect our choice of route.
You mean we can't take the mountain road back?
No. A battle has begun between our forces and the Aggressival army, making the way impassable. And besides, our intelligence reports have stated that the fortress you burned has been reinforced with many more troops. We believe that more than 300 are now stationed in the area.
Oh, that's definitely more than when we were there for the weenie roast.
Then
the only choice remaining is to pass through Schwarzhaus. However, that path will not be easy. The city lies under the control of James' faction, so we must act prudently. With that said, I'll leave this watch to you in my absence.
Yes, sir!
We should leave now. Any time lost will make our path that much more difficult. From here forward, we'll have to move quickly. Are you ready? Good. Then let's go.
But how will we proceed? The gate is blocked.
The trash depository is near the north gate. We can climb the mountain of refuse to scale the city wall.
Potentially smelly, but brilliant. How did you even know that?
I grew up here, so I know some things that most don't. In fact, when this is done, I need to check on my family, but that will have to wait until later. Let's go. Have you forgotten something? If not, let's go. Once we climb the wall and drop over, there's no going back. So we must be sure we have everything we need. Are you certain you're ready to go over? Come on then, let's get this over with. Well then, take care of whatever needs attention so we can go.
Get over here, rat. Hey, there's another one outside the city wall!
Hey, what do you think you're doing over there? Freeze right there! Don't do anything stupid that might get you killed, gutter rat.
Whoops, that's not good. We've been spotted.
They've summoned reinforcements already. We can't stay here. Run for it.
What in the world is going on here?
General Cruzver, we found suspicious people and... General Cruzver, we found suspicious people behaving strangely.
You what?
Vincent Cruzver.
Kenneth?
Commander Kenneth Raymond of Theodora's faction?
You're Commander Kenneth Raymond of Theodora's faction?
You're the last person I would have expected to...
Expected to what?
Expected to meet like this.
Why don't you tell me what happened?
Vincent, why don't you just let me go? Forget you ever saw me. A favor for an old friend.
You and I know that's not possible.
Well, it was worth a shot. I thought our friendship meant more than that.
If you were a petty officer or local riffraff, I might have considered it. But you're not.
So because I'm an old friend you can't do it? I see.
I didn't think we came here for a chat between old friends.
Look, this is creeping me out. If this is a joke, now is not the time.
Instead of talking, why don't you just run?
Excellent idea. Whew. This just reinforces the reason I wasn't cut out to be a soldier. I'm terrible at it. This is way too hard.
Are you running away, Kenneth?
Only for now. We're sure to cross paths again, Vincent. I'm going ahead. Cross as soon as you can.
Damn, he got away.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Don't pursue him too far.
But, sir...
They're heading for the Zeronia Federation. We cannot risk provoking the Federation by encroaching on their territory. Our intelligence reports that they've petitioned Theodora's faction for assistance. Kenneth's squadron was probably assigned to that duty. I have no doubt that they will return refreshed, and with more troops soon. We should prepare a suitable welcome.
At once, sir!
You won't get away!
Yes, but sir...
Yes, sir!
It's amazing that we were able to defeat such a skilled force with so few. But let's not stand here gloating. Reinforcements will arrive. We must go now.
You know, I was really thinking we were done for, but this is great. Let's get out of here.
I was concerned there for a while, but this worked out well. Let's escape while we have the chance.
I did not think we had a chance to stop them, but we did. Let's go while we have the opportunity.
Wow, Rainey's impressed. A perfect victory, but there's no time to celebrate. Let's go.
Good to meet you. I am Kenneth Ramon of the Imperial Army Northeast Defense Company. I have come to accept the duty of defending the Supply Transport Squadron.
We are pleased to have you. I am concerned about the size of the force. There only seems to be about 20.
My company has 250. But I could not spare them all, so I sent only my elite forces.
That was not the terms of our negotiation.
You have every right to be angry, but the lack of supplies delivered weakened our position as well. We sent what we could.
I see your point, but how do you intend to protect an entire supply transport with only 20 men?
Simple. We must choose our movements carefully and avoid conflict at all costs. Leave it to me. To achieve our goal, we will need ample intelligence. So I am asking for your help as well.
We're happy to help. Just tell us what to do.
For now, I'd like you to think of a way to send signals securely. I do not care the means, whether Featherian technology or magic.
I'm guessing you considered signal fires already.
I have already ruled this out. Must have secure point-to-point communication the enemy cannot intercept.
Then it sounds like we need some sort of communication device.
I have read of such things in books.
Well then spill it, Grumpy Pants!
In cave north of here, there is said to be special stone that transmits sound. I went to cave, but could not unlock door barring entrance. Key it requires is like no other I have seen. It is shaped like star.
A star-shaped key?
Then we will adjourn for now while you try to find a way to craft a key that will open the door.
And I will return to laboratory.
That is all for now. We are adjourned.
Wait, is this the stone you were talking about?
That appears to be it. Using this, I can craft communication device. I will get to work on it right away. Kids, you are late. I stay up all night to finish, and you cannot even be on time? Disgraceful.
Victor, you say that like you like us. You're slipping.
Now that we're all here, let's see what you've got.
I believe you will find this quite interesting. Feast your eyes on communication device I built. This is master device. Soon everyone will have units to connect to this. But right now, only 2 units finished. Master and slave. Should be enough for present. Main difficulty will be that master device can call slave, but process cannot be in reverse. Is unidirectional communication. When planning operation that will use system, you must give great consideration to limitations.
Excellent. Now that we're aware of what you've accomplished and the limitations of the devices, here is the operation I've planned. When you were on the mission to the cave, I analyzed the troops' strengths from every conceivable angle and came to an inescapable conclusion.
I can't wait to hear this.
It's clear to me now that even with a guard of 20 skilled men, it's impossible to safeguard the transport completely. Therefore, we will not accompany it. You will, alone.
Now just hold on a minute. You can't do that. It's a death sentence.
Besides, if you're not carrying out your assigned duty, why did you even come?
Have I finished? No, just calm down. There's a second part of this plan you've not yet heard. We've discovered another fortress in Aggressival, besides the one we've already encountered. The beautiful thing is that this fortress is almost completely unguarded. Since its troops were sent to the fort near the transport route, my plan is to attack this newly discovered fortress in Aggressival.
But that's nowhere near the route we need to take to transport the goods.
That's the beauty of this plan. The enemy will not know that my numbers are only 20. We will mount an attack that seems larger, and as a result, they'll surely request assistance from the troops at the fortress near the transport route. While we've drawn their men away from our actual target, you will slip by with little or no resistance.
That may work, but won't you be putting you and your men in grave danger? You'll be surrounded on 2 sides.
As I've said before, I've analyzed the enemy strengths from all angles, and this is the best possible plan under the circumstances. We have to try to limit the amount of actual fighting, or reduce their numbers, and this plan should do both. It's a risk we must take.
And you use my communication device to set timing of transport then?
Absolutely. This operation will succeed or fail on the basis of timing alone. Our actions must be synchronized. Once you are safely past the fortress, we can retreat and minimize or eliminate our casualties.
I don't know. It still sounds pretty risky.
Of course, but we have no choice. Now then, let's get this plan underway.
I must stay here and operate master device. So, each party take one of these.
Meet up with the transport squadron and lead it along the mountain path. Once you get near the fortress, hold your position and wait for the signal from Victor. If all goes well, we will be giving him the all-clear soon. Wish us luck.
I was meaning to tell something else to you. I have examined transfer gate and discovered is still possible to use. Reason is not functioning now is because central gate was damaged in last battle. When you are inside Empire, have eye out for this central gate. Very important. If you bring to me right parts from it, I can make this the new central gate, new hub.
Well, that sounds like a great plan. Do you know where in the Empire the central gate is?
Of course not. That is why I say to have eye out. You know meaning of that, no? Look, I only know is somewhere inside Empire for you to find. That is why I told you to put eye out, like periscope.
We're getting close. Shouldn't we wait here?
Right. The fortress is just around that corner.
I should inspect our equipment now.
What's that sound?
That sound! It's coming from the bags! Wait! Rainy knows! It's the communications device Victor made! Oh, take it out! Rainy's ears hurt!
Oh, it's Victor's communication device.
How long were you going to keep me waiting? Can you not answer more quickly? Commander Raymond is beginning his attack. Once he has drawn enemy out and engaged him, we'll contact you once more.
Sir, Vartkatse Fortress is under attack and has requested reinforcements.
Attack? By whom?
Unknown at this time. Yaktofont Fortress troops are already on the way to help them.
Idiots!
Sir?
I want those soldiers from Yaktofont to return to their posts at once. Send out that message.
Sir, that's impossible now. By the time a messenger reaches them, they will be at Vartkatse Fortress.
Then send a message to Vartkatse telling them to defend only. If they are drawn outside the fortress, they will just lose men needlessly.
Understood, sir.
Once the messenger is sent, I need you to gather a small squad to travel with me.
To where, sir?
There is no need for you to know that.
Yes, sir. Sorry. If you'll excuse me then, I'll gather the troops you've requested at once.
What kind of a fool do they take me for? Do they really think I'll fall for another ruse like the fire diversion? With Vartkatse and Yaktofont both involved. They've definitely upped the ante this time. I don't care if it's the Federation or Empire that's behind this. They won't outsmart this old dog. This is why I joined the military. The big chess game. And it's especially sweet when I'm in the hunt. Even if the goods are delivered to the Empire, it will be too late to stop James' offensive.
Commander Raymond, the reinforcements have passed the demarcation point.
Excellent. Did you copy that, Victor? Please tell the others.
Excellent work. I will give message to comrades.
We're beginning our escape. Order the squadron attacking the fortress to fall back. Then move to the rendezvous point quickly.
Yes, sir.
Sorry to keep waiting. Kenneth has completed his part of plan. You may commence mobilization. Success of plan is up to you now. I pray for good fortune.
We don't need luck. We have me.
This is our chance to show our skill.
We'll cut straight through Imperial territory and hold them until the last of the transport squadron is through.
They'll never even know what hit them.
You must break the front before the main force is called here, though, so be quick.
There's no sense in fighting if the transport squadron is safely through. We need to escape.
Now that the transport squad's made it through, it's time to make like a baby and head out.
Now that the transport is safely through, we need to escape.
The transport squad has escaped.
time for us to go too! It's clear for now! We must escape while we can!
It's definitely a relief to be here in one piece.
The supplies have been received and checked. We're actually surprised you were able to get by the fort Aggressival manned on the path here.
We were only able to do it because Commander Raymond drew away enemy troops to decrease the fort defenses.
Wait, Kenneth did this? I can't believe that. He's so... well, you know.
Regardless of what you may think, he saved our skin. I hold him in the highest regard. We're now returning to the Federation.
Thank you for helping us get the supplies here, and have a safe trip back.
Hey, is there some kind of Empire marathon going on? Why wasn't I invited?
No, those people are rushing so they don't miss the Dark Crystal ceremony.
Dark Crystal?
The Dark Crystal is a treasure handed down from generation to generation of the royal family.
I don't know, sounds kinda creepy to me.
Creepy or not, it's tradition, and they are drawn to the traditions of old in times of trouble.
Right. According to legends, it has succeeded many times in the past. There hasn't been a result yet this time, but people are still hoping. You can see the ceremony for yourself in the plaza outside the castle. But if you're too tired, you can rest in the hotel here.
I think I'll leave the decision to Slayn.
Legendary crystal, treasure of the darkness, handed down through the ages. Hear and grant our plea.
Hear us! Hear us!
Hear us! Hear us!
Sounds like they're sending an SOS to the spooks.
Everyone is so serious.
But can it really work? Raimi will go and take a quick look.
I fail to see how petitioning a crystal can really work.
Personally, I don't think it does.
Their legends say it worked before, so they believe it will work again now.
And it looks like they're betting their kingdom on it this time.
It does seem that way.
Oh, Raimi doesn't think it will work. The crystal they're chanting to doesn't seem to have any dark power in it. It's just a black rock. Why do they think it can save them?
I'm sorry, I've become so tired. Why don't we go to the hotel and rest? Look! The sun has been completely obscured!
I don't believe what I'm seeing.
Don't tell me that fruity dog and pony show at the castle actually worked.
The waves of darkness. Oh, they're immense. This is not normal.
It's the answer! Our prayers have been answered!
Run! Run away! An army of undead comes!
Ah! They're killing our people, but they should be protecting us.
I knew it! Begging the dead to fight your battles for you is just asking for trouble. What do you expect? Their brains are rotted.
We have to do something to stop them.
These simpletons are so dim they don't even realize I stole the Dark Crystal and left a fake.
That's the woman that stole the space-time crystal!
It's definitely a hard fight. They need my help.
Raimi doesn't know who this is, but it's good he's helping.
Attention! Our work here is done. We have confirmed the power of the Dark Crystal. There is no need to remain here any longer.
Whew! Looks like the creepy cadaver cavalry finally split. Hopefully for good.
It has been a long time since I fought hand to hand, but my efforts here were bittersweet, to say the least.
I don't know who you are, but we owe you our thanks. Your help is appreciated.
It is a soldier's duty to protect the civilian population, so we did nothing extraordinary. You, on the other hand, you're not soldiers, are you? Can you introduce yourself if you don't mind?
Oh, of course. I am Hugh Foster.
And my name is Annette Burns.
Burns? You're the daughter of the Federation president?
Yes?
This is a masterstroke of chance.
Excuse me?
Yes, of course. Let me introduce myself properly. I am Gerhardt Orville. I am the old enemy of your kingdom, and Commander-in-Chief of the Aggressival army.
This manism...
Of course, we are not in Zeronia nor Aggressival at the present, but shall we take this opportunity to call a ceasefire?
First, tell me what business the Commander-in-Chief of Aggressival has in the Empire's capital.
It seems that Her Highness Queen Theodora is in a pressing circumstance, so I had come to offer my assistance. Upon arriving, I saw that things were indeed worse than I imagined. An army of undead was attacking. My intention is to assist the Empire and specifically the Queen. And on divulging that, I bid you good day.
We made an alliance with the Empire to escape Aggressival's threats, and now...
Perhaps he has changed. There does not seem to be another choice for the Queen but to accept his offer.
Is everyone here all right?
Just like you to come waltzing in after the battle. There's dead people fighting now, Ken. Dead people!
I must report these happenings to President Burns at once. It seems to be safe here for the present. You should stay, and I shall leave for the Federation at first light. I must see what the Queen has to say about this, so if you'll excuse me...
Imperial Army Company Commander Kenneth Raymond has told me of your adventures. Your lodging expenses for this evening are taken care of, so rest well.
Good morning. I trust you rested well. I thought you should be among the first to know that Queen Theodora has accepted the alliance with Aggressival.
I'm not surprised.
I know that you must be concerned with how this will affect your alliance with the Empire. Aggressival has assured the Queen that they will not attack Zeronia.
Good.
In essence, there is a three-way alliance. Zeronia gives supplies to the Empire in exchange for troops, and in turn, the Empire gives some of those goods to Aggressival for protection and peace.
So they are really getting supplies from Zeronia indirectly then?
Correct. That arrangement has allowed a tentative peace. All we must do now is watch the civil war within the Empire, and hope for a quick resolution.
Understood. We must return to Voltone so I can inform my father of this at once.
I would expect no less. Now that the menace of Aggressival is gone, there is no need for me to accompany your return. When you are in the Empire again, please stop by and see me. Until then, farewell.
Oh, Yayoi!
It is good to see you again.
Well, fancy running into you here. We must be tied at the ankles by the thread of fate. Not that I'm complaining, mind you.
I don't know that I would have expressed it that way, but I do sense a connection with you all.
I know, because there is one.
Before, you said there was a traitor in your family. Did you find them?
Not yet. I sense that she lives in this city, but I always seem to be just one step behind. I have learned that she is acting court magician for Second Prince James. I've also discovered that she is seeking to acquire the 3 great crystals of this continent.
The woman from yesterday had 2 of the great crystals.
Do you think she could be the one Yayoi is searching for?
So she was here? If only I had come more quickly. And you say she already has 2 of the great crystals? Which ones?
I believe she has collected the space-time and darkness crystals.
Then that leaves only one. But where is it?
I bet it's the one in my house.
What?
For generations, the president of the Federation has been entrusted to protect the water crystal.
If that's what they're after, your father is going to be in a world of hurt if we don't get back there, and soon!
Right. There is no time to waste. Let's go.
That's what I was afraid of. I heard rumors on the way here.
Who is he? He's wearing an impeccable uniform.
When the Empire is in danger, it's said that heroic ghosts from the past are summoned with it to crush the enemy.
Their clothing is not that of soldiers. Who are these people?
It seems the rats have come to poison the Federation now. With that stench, how did you slip in undetected?
I used my feminine wiles, because I simply had to ask you a favor, dear.
I know what you're after. The water crystal will not be taken from Voltone.
Strange. I was under the impression it was leaving. By force.
President Burns, you're in danger! Get inside the mansion!
I must stay and defend the crystal.
Sir, we won't be able to defeat her if we're concerned with guarding you as well. She's too strong.
I see your point. Fight well.
If you wish to live, return your sword to its sheath. We want only the water crystal, nothing more. Do not give your life for such a small prize.
Hey, looks like we're just in time for the party.
Curses! Those miserable parasites again?
Slayn! They tried to steal water crystal!
I knew it! That's why we had to hurry back.
Simone! I've found you!
Silence, Yayoi.
I'll do no such thing. But I'm not here to punish you, Simone. Abandon this nonsense and return to the temple.
Stop calling me that! I cast that name aside when I became court magician. Enough of this! Finish them all. Then we'll enter the mansion.
At once!
Wait! Something strange is happening. Raimi's eyes are...
What is that? Transparent man?
The operation is a success! Escape!
Well done, Clive. Take us to the rendezvous point.
We're out of time! I can only send you and me.
Then there is no choice. Do it.
What's going on? The wind is picking up. Oh no, they're going to teleport. It's the space-time crystal. That paste-eating freak manipulated the wind.
I must know if Father is all right.
This is an emergency. The water crystal levitated and floated outside. We must convene a meeting at once.
Well, there's your answer. The crystal's gone, but at least your father's still alive and well.
I see. So they've concluded an alliance with Aggressival? If that means we have one less enemy to track, I suppose the outcome is acceptable.
That means my invention did not make it in time. If it had been perfected, it would have been trivial to fight enemy.
Still, it's better to have a weapon end up unused. There's been enough bloodshed already.
You've performed admirably in the face of conflict. but I welcome the time when we won't have to worry about it.
Oh, believe me, I'm not into the fighting thing either.
That does not mean, however, that all the problems have gone away.
She's right. Our focus must now shift from regional alliances to preserving this world. Its very existence is what is now threatened. I came to your land from a place far to the east in pursuit of a traitor. That traitor is Simone. She has changed her name to Barbara and is now serving as James' court magician.
The one who helped steal the water crystal.
She and I both served the same organization. I must tell them now, Hugh. They deserve to know.
No arguments here, Yayoi. I agree.
Good. Now, listen carefully, everyone. In this world, there are those serving as spirit messengers who have a portion of the power of the spirit they serve.
Spirit messengers. But I thought those were only stories.
No, they're very real. In fact, Hugh and I are both spirit messengers.
I'm a wind messenger, and Yayoi is a moon messenger.
The wind and moon spirits.
So this person must be a dark spirit messenger. Of course, most of you can't hear that because Raimi can't be seen. Or heard.
Wait. Then, can I confirm something?
Sure, kiddo.
When we set fire at the fortress, and you were certain the wind would blow, was it?
Yeah, it was me. I asked the wind spirit to do that, although I'm not supposed to use the powers for my own benefit.
Why did you keep that from us all this time? We could have been much more effective had we known you weren't the goof-off you appeared to be.
That's why I didn't tell you. I can't use the powers for my own benefit. Write it down this time. And even then, the main reason I couldn't tell you was because I was a Lord candidate in the midst of my final trials, back when I still had a future.
Oh, Hugh. I'm so sorry. I didn't know.
Could someone explain what this means?
A lord is the leader amongst the spirit messengers. The final trial requires you to live for 3 years amongst the humans, helping people. However, during that time, you cannot reveal to anyone your status.
So, that means...
You cannot be a lord now.
Oh no! Can't we just pretend we didn't hear any of this? We won't tell a soul.
It's no use. The wind knows the whisper of lies.
Oh, Hugh.
Oh, why all the glum faces? It was my decision. I let Yayoi tell you. Forget about my troubles. We need to concentrate on the 3 stolen crystals before something really bad happens.
It's true. The water crystal was the last one they needed.
It's my fault, too. I should have been able to detect him sneaking in.
There's no use blaming yourself now. We just need to try to undo what's been done.
She's right. Don't blame yourself, Victor. You couldn't have stopped him anyway. He was obviously using the space-time crystal to escape.
So now, all 3 crystals have been stolen.
I wonder what happens when all 3 of them are collected.
I know only that it will not be an outcome we will welcome.
Well, then we need to get to work and find out what exactly they're doing with all of them. Maybe then we can guess their next move.
But how? Where can we find that kind of information?
Remember where we first met? I happen to know that all the wisdom of the Empire is collected and stored in the library there.
You mean we should go to Bibliostock? In that case, I go too.
And I wish to go as well. I must find a way to stop Simone.
Bibliostock is under the control of James' faction. You must bear that in mind when choosing travel companions.
Enough talk. Choose who you will take to Bibliostock Library. It has been a difficult journey. You should rest in rooms, and we will tell you when we return. Bibliostock might be a good place to test my latest device. Is that not?
What in heaven's name are you doing here? This is a war zone.
Our pursuit of knowledge has led us to Imperial Library.
But don't you think it's a bit of a risk to trot through a known war zone to reach it?
Such small obstacle in big picture. If we have to, we force our way through.
Yeah! What he said.
That is what you feel as well, is it not? Then you think we should just wait until we can pass through uncontested?
Zion has already collected the 3 crystals. We do not have time to waste.
She is right. We must fight. It is our only option. If that is compliment, thank you. If not, perhaps you can find cozy place to stick your bad attitude. Ah, yes, good. That is leadership we need.
You mustn't let bloodlust overtake you. We should fight only when necessary.
Again, she is right. Our objective is library, not fight. Maybe I was little too enthusiastic.
I believe in your resolve, but if your strength cannot carry you in this battle, know that I do not have enough troops to help you.
We need breaking through here to get to Bibliostock.
Yes.
I don't think we need to just break through. We need to try to push the forces here back.
I believe we must do more than simply break through. The enemy forces should be pushed back.
The enemy force here should be pushed back. We need to do more than just break through their line.
That is good point. I agree.
Perhaps it would be useful for me to use my Cycle Up spell. It speeds up the weight gauge, allowing for quicker attacks. Victor and I both require significant time between attacks, so I believe this will be useful. You also should know that this spell can be cast before a battle begins, so a turn is not wasted.
Is good advice, yes.
This area is heavily guarded.
So, if we enter, battle is certain. You are ready? Then need to get back before swine smell us.
If the soldiers catch sight of us, won't they call for reinforcements?
I developed soundproof barrier for just this kind of situation.
So that's what you were working on.
Ha-ha! I knew you were working on something big. I could feel it.
What a fortuitous development for us then.
But how exactly will that assist us?
I could count on you to ask the good question. The device will create a magical barrier that does not allow sound to pass through. Sound transmission from one side to other is completely blocked.
If it doesn't stop arrows, what good is that?
And then?
If they cannot call to each other, there will be no reinforcements to shoot arrows.
So, if they cannot hear the sound of fighting, they will not call for reinforcements, correct?
Certainly. Unfortunately, is not final device, but only prototype. Will not work for very long. It is important we stay hiding as long as possible, so we do not use until there is no other choice.
Victor is amazing! Raimi will try to help too. Hey, shouldn't we know where the soldiers are stationed? We don't want to be discovered. Raimi can go ahead and spy out their locations. Oh, shoot. Really? Oh, thank you. Raimi will do her very best. They know we're here.
It's my turn now. Switch on.
What the hell do they think they're going to accomplish with just 4? Call reinforcements and seize them at once. What is going on? Why haven't they returned our call for reinforcements?
I am glad you are asking. We have activated my sound barrier prototype. All sound in this area is being intercepted by it.
Tell all personnel to put a priority on getting outside rather than fighting.
Victor, you fool! Why did you tell them?
Well, that kind of put the kibosh on the advantage of your little device, eh, Chatty Pants?
It would have been better to remain silent.
Victor, your bragging has eliminated our tactical advantage.
All we have to do is make certain none get past barrier. Simple.
Oh no, it's failed.
This is no surprise. It's prototype. We have achieved objective here. Now we must hurry. Once barrier is in place, can make as much noise as we want, and it will be quiet, like drunk wife, with no snoring.
What?
I finally visit place where wisdom sleeps.
Warning. General access to the interior is currently prohibited. To proceed, proof of special access must be produced. Unauthorized visitors will activate our Guardian defense mechanism.
That is a problem I had not foreseen. What shall we do?
How bad can this be? Even if I have to fight way in, there is no turning back now.
But Victor...
Whoa, Hasty Pants. That doesn't sound like my kind of party.
Victor, your impetuous nature is troublesome.
I do not believe anything we say will sway him from reaching this objective.
I must prepare for battle, so I will entrust this to you for now.
We go then.
Well, I thought that fun would never end.
We seem to have arrived.
At last, we have arrived.
And not only that, but we have arrived at very fountain of knowledge itself. This is priceless moment.
Victor? They're books.
What you waiting for? Hurry! Come quickly! Is good. What we're looking for is inside door.
But how shall we get inside?
Simple. Like this. Now, you are needing to go inside. Should be similar button there. This you must step on. Now I can finally know the secrets hidden in these pages so long.
We should begin by looking for books about crystals. This looks like something that might be interesting.
Let me see. Perhaps will be worth looking over. Who would have known that secret would have been hidden beneath lake? But what exactly could be?
I don't know, but it sounds important. We need to get there right away and investigate.
I don't know what it will be exactly, but we need to find out for ourselves. Let's go to the lake. We must stop Simone before she makes everything much worse.
Wait! We come so far. I must be looking at books here little longer. So much knowledge, so vast. It's too much.
But Victor, time is running out.
Will not take long. I am knowing time limits well.
Then we should let Slayn dictate what books are important enough to consider right now.
Fine. There is no way of going wrong. Almost. All information here is most precious.
Uh-oh. I don't like the sound of that.
Okay, not one of my favorite sounds.
Oh no! Something's triggered the alarm.
Unauthorized personnel have reached the premises. Intruder eradication system initialized. Proceed.
What shall we do?
What else? Be running like hell! You know how to open door, right? Both switches must be activated to make opening. If one switch not depressed, we'll be trapped. So fight carefully.
So, you are the intruders. Come with us.
This is not good.
We will not harm you if you obey and follow us to Grantford.
You are shifty-eyed one. I think I would rather take my chances with wolves than James' faction.
We are not of James' faction.
You're not?
Wait, what do you mean?
But you don't appear to be of Theodora's faction either.
Come with us, and soon you will understand everything. Lord Grantford, we've brought the intruders.
Thank you. So, it's you. How perfect.
Do you know him?
What you want with us? We have urgent business. Let us get back to it.
That tone of voice may work with the dullards in the market, but I assure you it is of no value here. Since your time is apparently so valuable, I'll get right to the point. It's no secret that you're from the Zeronia Federation. I therefore have a task for you. I want you to deliver this letter to President Burns.
But...
Let me explain. I am the son of Sir Grantford. He has appointed me as acting governor.
I thought Sir Grantford's son was missing.
I was, but upon learning of the civil war within the Empire, I had to return. With my father stricken with serious illness, how could I not? As you know, the Shelfengriff Empire has split into two factions. Theodora's faction is that in name only, as she does the bidding of Aggressival. On the other hand, James' faction will not stop fighting until they control the whole continent. I returned so as to raise an army to prevent both these evils from overtaking all my father sought to build here. In order to achieve our goal, we must first drive Aggressival from the Empire, and that is where the letter comes into play. If Zeronia is providing supplies to Aggressival, it will undercut my efforts. Please deliver this letter detailing my proposal to President Burns at once. That is all I demand of you. As promised, you are now free to go. Show them out.
Yes, sir.
This seems to be the place.
So you finally come. You'll not pass this point.
They've been waiting for us?
Says who? You can't stop us.
They seem to want a fight.
Stand ready.
It's over. Come, let's hurry. We must stop Zion.
At last. It's here before me for the taking. It's even more beautiful than I imagined.
Simone!
Looks like we've got the pooch cornered this time.
How could you have found us again?
I do not know your part in this plot, but I cannot allow it. I have been charged with returning you to the shrine.
You'll do no such thing. Keep them at bay while I escape.
Yes!
Lord Zion!
That man! He's alive?
Okay, I'm no doctor, but that man was definitely dead the last time we saw him.
How is this possible? He should be dead.
Yes, my lord. Here. But Lord Zion, you... Understood, my lord. Please, take command of my troops.
Has been a while. You are remembering me?
Okay, what does that mean?
What? What do you have to say for yourself now, Traitor Pants?
What are you talking about?
It's my fault. I am very sorry for this confusion. I seem to have assisted in their evil deeds without knowing.
Lord Zion, I leave the rest here to you. I will protect our precious plunder with my life.
Wait, Simone! We have to follow her!
We can't let that nut get away!
Oh, that's the face of I don't want to be here anymore.
He appears as a human, but I sense no memories within him. It is Strange.
I'm certain he was dead.
Well, I know he's kicked the bucket at least once, so what's he doing here?
But he should have died in the battle on the island.
Victor, you seem to know this person. Can you enlighten us?
He came to me a few years before, asking me to make very special item. He was wanting it to hold spirits of dead and called it spirit vase.
But if he does that, the cycle will be interrupted.
Nevertheless, it is not man at all, but homunculus.
Homunculus?
Homuncul what?
Homunculus?
Is artificial life form created by magic. This is reason Yayoi was sensing no memories within it. It had no memories and no soul.
Didn't you see a spirit leave when he lost? Yes. You shouldn't lie. Slayn addressed you a little while ago, and you could see him. You must not have looked closely. It is what happened. What is this old man talking about then?
Probably you were defeated before because of this kind of magic. Now then, we must now concentrate on understanding this mysterious liquid.
Yes. What does it have to do with the spirit vase that Zion wanted?
I must be taking sample back to lab for investigation.
What's wrong? But...
You've returned. What did you discover?
We were just talking about what we saw last night.
Yes, he secured a special vase to collect souls to further his ambition.
And that's why they want civil war in the Empire, to get 50,000 souls.
Oh, knowing that, it's easy to see why James wanted Simone as court magician. The moon spirit holds the power of persuasion over people's hearts and memories.
Yes. When we first met Simone in the space-time control tower, she was controlling the soldiers around us. Are you suggesting she has enough power to control all of James' army?
It is possible, but even if she doesn't, all she has to do is control the command structure and the others will fall in line.
Well, all I gotta say is that busty freak of nature has to be stopped. I mean, she's killing people just to collect souls for Zion. How whack is that?
Yes, we must decide carefully how to
Oh, wait, Father, I have a letter to deliver.
A letter? Couldn't you have brought this to me more quickly? These are perilous times. What if the information in it was time-sensitive? Fortunately, I knew about Grandford via our intelligence, so I refrained from acting out. The General Assembly has accepted Grandford's proposal. Here is the letter I have prepared to inform him of the situation. Please return it to him at once. Go! There is not a moment to waste.
Say there, since you're going that way, you might want to take Yayoi and me along. The wind brought me some good news recently, and it should come in handy.
We can take one other with us. Who should that be?
That doesn't mean, however, that all the problems have gone away. Wait, then, can I confirm something? When we set the fire at the fortress, and you were certain the wind would blow, was that... So that means... I wonder what happens when all three of them are collected.
I've been waiting for you to come. I see that you've brought the wind and moon messengers as well. Good.
Ah! He knows about Hugh and Yayoi!
Yes, and I know about you too, Dark Fairy.
You can see Raimi? Raimi's so happy when she can talk to new people and they talk back. Raimi? You are not going to cry.
So, shall we begin the meeting? I'll cut right to the point. I am a spirit messenger as well. When I disappeared, it was because my awakening as a spirit messenger had begun. I had gone to the ground spirit.
Then why have you returned to this place? Once people are chosen as spirit messengers, they cannot return to the life they knew before.
Yeah, tell me about it.
True. However, the ground spirit made a decision that will affect us all. A decree that our identity should not be concealed. Rather, we should reveal what we are and try to use our powers to save this world from destruction.
Did the others concur? I must know, because we too chose to reveal our true selves to save people.
And we thought that was the end of the party. But it sounds to me like you're calling for one more round.
I can scarcely believe what I'm hearing.
Not so long ago, I wouldn't have been able to even fathom a story like this.
Such a story. Makes me realize how little I really know.
Lord Grandford, were you aware that this war was fabricated?
Fabricated?
Yes. My mission was to follow a certain fugitive that has now come to serve as court magician for Second Prince James.
And it gets worse! A spirit messenger is involved, and they're using this creepy vase to collect the souls of those that have died in battle.
Collecting the spirits of the dead? Who would stoop so low?
It's all beginning to make sense now.
Do you have some other information that may benefit us?
I am an assistant to the Granford family, but also a dark spirit messenger. There have been strange happenings within James' army. So I investigated. I found that they are sending soldiers to areas with no strategic value whatsoever.
Maybe it's part of their new don't ask, don't tell, but we're sending you to nowhere anyway policy. You know, business as usual.
I sincerely doubt that. The destinations they've marched to conceal gates to the underworld, crafted by dark messengers. At first, I thought this a coincidence, but I've confirmed that there was a gate at the destination of every march. Their objective was to destroy the gates.
What else do you know about the underworld gates?
They are placed where human eyes cannot see them, yet marked with stones of spiritual significance. The spirits of the dead pass through them to the underworld. It is the task of dark messengers to manage this flow. We built the gates in many places so that the souls of the dead would not be made to wander the world of the living.
So destroying these gates, that is a problem. Yes, there are many spirits that cannot be reborn. It would be trivial to collect them. They intend to use the lack of gates as a means to collect souls efficiently. Destroying the gates would interrupt the cycle of birth and death. During that period when the souls wander, they intend to capture them in the spirit vase.
We're finally getting to the bottom of this plot. I don't know about you, but my head is pounding like you wouldn't believe.
It appears that our objectives are the same. Will you cooperate with us to achieve victory for the common good, Dark Master?
No way!
Oh, he never said anything about being a Dark Master. But, well...
Why are you so silent? You are the Dark Master, are you not?
If he is, I don't even think he knows. He has amnesia.
Amnesia?
I don't doubt your power of perception, but is he really a Dark Master?
As dark spirit messengers, we possess the ability to see within people's souls. We recognize the same being, even if the outward appearance has changed. I am confident that this person has the soul of a Dark Master.
Well, you might be right. Even though he doesn't know his power, he can see Raimi. And also ghosts. That's pretty powerful proof. Raimi doesn't know why she didn't see it before. Besides, Raimi thinks his dark aura is what attracted her.
He attracted you because you both share a dark alignment. You were attracted to the power of this Dark Master on an unconscious level.
I knew it was rare for a spirit messenger to travel with a fairy, but it makes sense if he's a master. But what would a master's soul be doing here?
Someone has destroyed Dark Mountain. The master was probably killed at that time.
Wait a minute. Are you telling me Slayn is undead?
I don't believe so. We are dark messengers who rule only over the souls of the dead. I do not know all the details, but he seems to have used a secret art known only to a master.
Indeed. However, his memory is lost, so he will be of little assistance in determining what happened.
Since his memory is lost, the only way to learn more will be to go to Dark Mountain. I believe that is a focal point since the enemy is using a spirit vase. They must be working with a dark messenger as well.
That sounds like the best course of action. I would like you to go to Dark Mountain to gather clues.
Sounds like a plan. If we knew where this place was, that is.
You can reach it via the transfer gate in the port town of Delphinia, southwest of here. Since the southern half of the Empire is under the control of Aggressival's troops, you're well advised to take the route through the Imperial capital.
The capital? How are we going to get there? Fly?
I'm sorry. I can only offer advice on the route. We will resist with all our troop strength. You must do the rest.
Great. I'm bloated, I'm cramping, and now this. You did say that you could repair the transfer gate if you had the parts.
We are soldiers under Lord Granford's command. Our duty is to liberate the port city, but people are being taken hostage everywhere, so we can't interfere. As it stands, all we can do is watch this happen.
Where are the hostages being kept?
Say, just out of curiosity, where are the hostages?
Do you know where the hostages are being held?
I don't think the hostages are still here. They must have been taken elsewhere. The hostages have been released. Now we can complete our mission.
Commander, invasion preparations are complete.
Good. Commence attack.
It's finally time to send the Aggressival troops packing.
Now we can attack the Aggressival army occupying the port.
If we can clear the port of Aggressival troops, we can use the transfer gate.
Dark? The Dark Core must have something to do with Raimi. Raimi can't wait to see it.
You, everyone, look. The Dark Lord has returned.
Welcome back. Dark Lord, something's wrong. What's happened?
He seems to have lost his memory.
Perhaps it is an after effect of the secret art of dependence.
Secret art of dependence?
Could it be due to the secret art of dependence?
A secret art?
Yes. When he was murdered and his body destroyed, the Dark Lord used that secret art in a way that was forbidden. Peer within this body, and you can sense the original soul, as well as that of the Dark Lord. The forbidden version of the secret art of dependence would preserve the target body rather than destroying it. However, the result of two souls in the same physical body is memory loss. Because of that, it was an art known only to lords. He must have been driven to see Zion brought to justice to have done this.
Zion?
Zion?
Wait, the Zion?
Yes. I will tell you what I know of the events thus far. Zion was the Dark Lord 3 generations past. Though he was entrusted with the power to manipulate people's lives, he chafed under the limitations placed on him by the Dark Spirit. He fell victim to his lust for absolute power. We collectively fought to stop him, and though we succeeded in killing his body at last, he used the forbidden art to escape into another host. Spirit messengers have the gift of increased lifespans, but Zion was not able to pick and choose what body he would use. He therefore moved from body to body until he settled in the one he is now using.
So what you're saying is that body-hopping terror will just escape to another victim if we kill him?
If he escapes into another body, there is nothing we can do to stop him.
If he can escape into a new body after every defeat, there isn't anything we can do to stop him.
It does seem that way. And what's worse is the secondary effect of the forbidden art, an excess of dark waves radiating from the Dark Lord.
You mean the dark waves that paralyze the effects of the other spirits?
You mean the dark waves that stop the other spirits cold?
Yes! Hugh and Yayoi were talking about that.
Since the secret art stays providence itself, it gives rise to distortions in the very fabric of our reality. As a result of repeatedly using dependence, Zion is radiating dark waves that interfere with the power of the other spirits. As those waves or distortions build up, their strength is increased. In this case, their effect on the sun has been quite dramatic.
So the sun's light is diminished because of these dark waves?
Spirit of the sun! That must be why we are getting less sunlight.
So the sun's effect is weakening as these dark waves increase.
Correct. This disaster is caused entirely by Zion's actions. The last 2 lords chose to quietly deal with this building catastrophe themselves, but their efforts did not meet with success, and the sun's nourishing light has lessened dramatically. Lord Slayn resolved to deal with the situation once and for all by calling a meeting of all the other lords, intending to unite their power and crush Zion. But Zion learned of the meeting and launched a surprise assault before it convened.
However, Zion is one who was once a lord. Could he attack without making you aware that he was giving off such huge waves?
With Zion spewing all this darkness, shouldn't Slayn have sensed he was coming?
I'm not very familiar, but you say Zion was giving off big darkness waves, right? Should not Slayn have sensed his coming? Ordinarily that would be the case, but Zion was using a magic guidance life form, and not in his own body. A homunculus?
He was using a homunculus?
So he has a pattern of using a homunculus to do his dirty work.
Indeed. He hid his body somewhere safe, and attacked using a homunculus made in his image. This surprise attack left us virtually defenseless, and he overcame us in a very short time, taking even the memory ruby.
No! Generations of wisdom of the lords has been lost?
The ruby of memory where the lords record their generations of wisdom?
What's a memory ruby?
The memory ruby is an item that crystallizes thought, allowing each lord to record his wisdom as well as the events of their era before passing to the underworld. Searching the memory ruby may point to an effective way to counter the secret art. But we must possess it. We had long since given up on finding the ruby, hoping that the Dark Lord would come and offer new wisdom. We did not imagine he would arrive with amnesia. If only we knew Zion's ultimate plan. 50,000 souls. For what purpose?
Well, you see...
Uber powerful. Can be making educated guess of Zion's objective. Is probably seeking to use 50,000 souls with ultimate water to get absolute power. Am thinking he is one causing civil war in Empire. To be making more people dead and more spirits.
Well, with 50,000 souls and ultimate water, I'll bet this is a power grab.
That seems reasonable. Perhaps your clue will save us all. We will begin investigating this lead at once.
And we will try to keep Zion from collecting 50,000 souls.
We will try to keep Zion from collecting 50,000 souls as well.
And we'll do our part by keeping little Napoleon from bagging those 50,000 souls.
Your help is a service to all living things.
I'm glad to see you're all right. Word has gotten back to me of your heroic actions. Your rescue of the hostages was daring and very effective. You are most responsible for liberating the port, just as I would expect of a Dark Master. Just the response I would expect. Your kindness is apparent to all. Really? I would avoid giving voice to feelings like that in the future. Next, you say...
We had to use the transfer gate to get to Dark Mountain.
Now then, what else have you learned about this conspiracy?
We learned a number of interesting things about Zion. They're in our report.
Oh, we've dug up a bunch of new dirt on Zion, and it's in our report. Check it out.
At Dark Mountain, we learned more of Zion and have included our findings in this report.
So, the former Dark Master Zion is repeating dependence. If that's the case, defeating him will cause the problems we're experiencing to disappear.
The Dark Messengers are investigating the secret art Zion is performing, trying to learn how to defeat him. But
the Dark Messengers are investigating the secret art Zion is using in an effort to find a way to defeat him. However,
the secret art Zion is using is being investigated by the Dark Messengers, but...
If Zion truly is seeking to collect 50,000 souls, we must try to stop the war and reduce or eliminate casualties. If this court magician Barbara is the one manipulating James's army to mindlessly kill, she should be our primary target. However, she herself is a spirit messenger. So ordinary soldiers and ringmasters cannot oppose her. I'm sorry to keep asking for you to do such difficult work, but I must ask again. We are currently holding our position against James's army east of here. I feel we must begin our offensive there.
So, here are the ones that some say saved our proverbial bacon. With your help, the war has turned in our favor, and since you are working with us now, I feel you must know of the strange edict Lord Granford issued to us not long ago. But our army will be at a disadvantage if any enemy soldiers remain. The enemy wants to cause death and the side does not matter. I understand Lord Granford's request now. It is an order from Lord Granford himself, so of course I will comply. The problem with this policy is it limits our attack strategies to only the most conservative plans, bearing in mind our limitations. What should we do if the enemy attacks? But a defensive strategy will just drag up the hostilities and let the enemy's strength increase. I cannot believe you would even suggest such a thing. It's out of the question. I won't consider such a foolish strategy.
Well, I'm all for putting up a wall of pain to slow them down. What do you think?
Wouldn't it be better to fight with all the strength we have to show them what they're up against?
We should force a decisive victory in the early stages so the enemy will get the message.
Yes. A decisive battle may be useful in slowing the enemy, but it will only work if the show of force is so overwhelming that the enemy begins to doubt itself. It's crazy, but it is all we've got. Charge headlong into their forces with all our strength?
Yeah! If we show them what we have, maybe we can stop them dead in their tracks.
I see what you're saying. A show of force may slow them down, make them more cautious.
Then you believe that a show of force will make them more wary in the future and save lives?
A decisive battle early on may be exactly what we need. I say we should try it.
Sir, we've received report of a small band of enemy troops on the move.
What? Mobilize all posts! This may play perfectly into our new plan. If we show our strength with these enemy, we can plant doubt in the enemy ranks. Attack at once!
Understood.
They're crushing us! Retreat! Retreat!
We must fall back or they will destroy us! Retreat!
We knew the enemy was strong, but how could they have done this so quickly? And what's worse, We cannot withdraw.
Why do citizens of the Empire fight each other when there's a common enemy to fight?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why are you wasting your time in a civil war when your real enemy is right there, behind you?
Bah! Boshed brain! You put cart before horse and losing apples! Do you not realize real enemy is behind you?
Lies! It cannot be the truth.
It is, all of it. Listen.
Bet on those words and you'll lose, because it is true. All of it. Listen up.
Bah! Fool! Listen to truth.
I find your story very hard to believe.
But it is the truth.
The truth is at times stranger than fiction.
It's the God's honest truth. Cross my heart. If I'm lying, I'm dying.
But, Court Magician Barbara? I know that the Army's strategy has changed since she arrived. However, all right. I will give you the benefit of the doubt for a single day, until I can verify your story. If it is as you say, I will kill that wench with my own hands.
I get where you're coming from, but you might want to reconsider. She's a spirit messenger. She would make paste out of you before you got in a little squeeze.
That kind of recklessness would get you killed. As a spirit messenger, she is very powerful.
It wouldn't be any use for you to even try. She's a spirit messenger.
I will not know where her weakness lies until it is tested. And if the story is true, I will test it.
The situation seems to have become more favorable if General Cruzver will ally himself with us. Unfortunately, General Cruzver's help alone will not stop the enemy we face.
We have to find a way to defeat Zion, or none of these alliances will matter. But how? Stop kidding around! Hush that mouth! You don't mean that!
He has ordered us to minimize casualties on both sides of the conflict, killing only when there is no choice.
Welcome back. I have been awaiting your return. We have learned that there is a special condition for the secret art that Zion is using. Thank you very much. Yes, I've kept you waiting, but the effort bore fruit. That was not my intent. Do you not wish to hear what we learned?
Well, what is that condition?
The condition we discovered is a phenomenon where the dark spirit power is greatest at midday.
Wait, what does that mean? Slayn, you're just teasing Raimi.
It is during a total solar eclipse. When the sun is obscured, the dark secret arts manifest their maximum power.
Really? Oh, what is it? Teach Raimi, please, please, please! Huh? A cave? Is that a unique phenomenon? Raimi doesn't think so. A short Arctic night is a phenomenon at midday? Raimi does not think so. That must be it. If the sun is hidden, it's the same as night.
Indeed, Dark Lord. It is, as you say, a total solar eclipse. At that time, when our sun is obscured, the dark secret arts manifest their maximum power.
Wow! That's amazing!
So, when is the next solar eclipse?
Then when is the next solar eclipse?
Okay, what's the ETA on the next one of these pups?
It will occur in 1/2 month. If that passes, the secret art cannot be performed until the next.
So, if we can prevent Zion from collecting the 50,000 souls by then, we win.
Then we absolutely cannot allow him to collect 50,000 souls.
Well, I guess that means we're gonna have to stop that wacky bastard soul-sucking spree.
This may not be the only path, but it is all we know at present. Please return later to see if we have learned more.
Do not fear. You now have more allies than you know.
General Cruzver!
General Cruzver.
Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle.
The truth. It was just as you said. I am consumed with regret.
Fight! 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 Even if you are sure to die, fight to take your opponent with you!
Yes, Mistress Barbara. Commander, get hold of yourself.
Ugh!
When I heard what they had to say, I didn't want to believe it. But now I have no choice, because it is true. Remove the spell you've placed on the commander and accept the judgment of law, or end your life on my sword. It's your choice.
I have no intention of doing either.
You've made your choice, then. I will feel no regret spilling your vile blood. What? You're an illusion.
There's no illusion. I'm right before you. Behold.
Damn you! Sorceress!
Such vile language from a supposed servant of light. Commander, General Cruzver was rude to me. Punish him.
Vincent Cruzver must die.
Commander! No!
Lord Cruzver!
There's no time for talk. Orpheus, run!
Huh?
That sorceress Barbara is manipulating our army. Even the commander has fallen to her. There's no time for details. Just know that we've been betrayed, played as pawns in a larger game. I'm going to see Sir Granford, and you must accompany me. Hurry!
I'll meet you there. Go!
Do not delay too long. That witch will soon be here. However, Orpheus never arrived. I do not want to believe that Orpheus could fall to enchantment. However, I know that even with my strength, I was no match for her.
You can't blame yourself. You were challenging a spirit messenger.
I understand that, but isn't it strange that my sword could not even scratch her reptilian hide?
Yes, it is. There must be a reason for that. Slayn, do you have any idea why that was the case?
No, that can't be. It's impossible to do that with moon spirit power.
It can't be that. She's a moon spirit messenger. However, how did she do it? We still need an answer. A magic item. What kind of item has that power? The dark crystal is for summoning spirits of the dead. That can't be it. Ah, the space-time crystal. If she is indeed warping space and time, how can we deal with that kind of threat? Water crystal? That doesn't seem right. How could she project herself with that? I can't dismiss this subject without proper consideration.
If she is warping space and time, we might be able to interfere using same technique to cancel out its effects.
At least we have an idea what we're up against now. We also have the best general in James's army on our side now, which should slow their plans and accelerate ours.
Yeah, and the secret art Zion's counting on isn't worth squat if it's not used during a solar eclipse.
The secret art Zion wants to use requires 50,000 souls and a solar eclipse. If we can prevent him from gathering the souls, we will win.
The secret art is no good unless it's used with 50,000 souls during a solar eclipse. We must stop him from completing that ritual.
Sir! James's army has begun their assault.
What?
We've received reports they've already gained control of Bornea.
Bornea? That's Monica's village.
Not Bornea.
Why would he attack there? Unless he intends only to kill villagers to collect their souls.
It appears that Zion is finished plotting in the shadows. Vincent, I will loan you the troops if you will lead our defensive push.
I am honored that I have gained your trust, but I believe we should only watch the situation for now.
I hadn't considered that, but it seems very likely.
Wait, are you thinking this attack is a diversion? He's trying to divide our forces and leave this area open to a full-scale attack?
It is regrettable he has killed so many innocents, but I think he is just trying to split up resisting forces.
So, he's trying to divide Lord Granford's troops and attack with all his strength here.
We'd be playing right into enemy hands.
If you choose fight, you play right into his plan.
Right.
No, that's what the enemy intends to happen.
If he was just going to kill villagers and collect souls, he would have done it a long time ago. He's trying to divide your forces and reduce your strength. A little trick I like to call divide and conquer. Well, okay, I didn't invent the name, but that's what he's doing, and if you send troops, he'll get what he wants.
If he was wanting to collect souls, would have done it much sooner. I think it's just creating threat. So you send troops and weaken your force. Sending troops is exactly what he wants.
If he meant only to kill villagers and collect souls, he would not stop at occupation as he has. It appears he intends to divide your troops and weaken your front by having you defend multiple areas.
So what are we to do? Turn our backs on the villagers?
You can't do it alone.
Us four should go.
It is my village. I shall protect it.
You're right. But I am sorry to have to rely on your skill so frequently. But
if we can keep him from gathering 50,000 souls before the next one, we win!
I know that even with my strength, I was no match for her pimp-slapping ways.
The wind has told me that the enemy's main force is inside the village. They haven't spotted us yet, so we'd better leave quickly.
The Wind Fairy has become angry because the enemy's main force is inside the village. Fortunately, they have not spied us yet, so we'd best leave while we can.
It's so quiet here. Too quiet, in fact. Where are the enemy forces? We must proceed cautiously.
So Granford has sent you to do his bidding? That was not smart. Hey! Who are you?
So Grandford has sent his troops already. No matter, it's too late. Kill the villagers, all of them!
You will do no such thing. We will not allow it.
Guess again, buckaroo. Lay one finger on them, and you'll have me to answer to.
Your disregard for life will be your end.
Why are you hesitating? Those civilians can't resist you. Kill them!
Sorry, sir. Grandford's defense force is stronger than we expected.
Then I'll just have to help. Watch and learn.
Looks like he's an evil jack of all trades.
That's the man that stole the water crystal from my house!
That's the man that was with Simone.
Something's wrong.
My spirit stone.
Well, well. If this isn't a turn of luck. How can this have happened?
You're not going anywhere, buddy. Wind! Surround him! Sorry, he was just too fast.
He's escaping using my invisibility gem. Help me!
He got away.
What just happened? Phew. Oh dear.
If we are not finding some way to oppose that kind of power, our end is over before finish. We'll take Time Crystal and see if interference device can be made.
We were powerless to stop them today. But we need to do something about that space-time crystal, and soon. Maybe Victor would know how to counter it.
If we don't do something about the space-time crystal, we may not be able to stop them. Perhaps Victor can tell us how to counter it.
When I kill you here, there will be no one strong enough left to oppose Lord Zion. Who could have imagined our paths would cross again so soon?
Fortunately, I have Time Crystal. I can use to craft interference device.
Idiots! All of you! You're too slow!
They just keep coming! I've lost track counting how many!
We're protecting all the civilians. We cannot give up.
Understood.
We have to give it one more strong push! I don't care if he's Commander Cruzver or not. He won't have a chance against 5 opponents.
Do not underestimate them. We've seen what they can do.
The enemy's come this far already?
What? The enemy's already here?
The enemy!
You've returned at just the right time. Now we can attack from 2 sides and crush them.
Reinforcements. Target the leader of Grandford's forces. The goal is to break through rather than fight.
Due to your efforts, Zion's plan was thwarted and innocent lives were saved.
Yeah, but we still haven't found a way to stop this idiot permanently. We're still helping him by killing his troops.
Right. Though we spared innocent lives, just the act of killing his troops has helped Zion's overall plan. Do you have any ideas how we should proceed?
Let's let Slayn have this one. He hasn't steered us wrong yet. What do you think, Chief? Forget what I just said. Slayn is kind. Too kind. Well, okay, he's flat out naive.
It is difficult to admit, but I agree. This is no time to slow our efforts with diplomacy.
Many of the gates to the underworld Zion destroyed have been repaired. But that means little if Zion has collected the lion's share of the souls he needs already. His plan will still proceed.
And what can we do?
I say we confront that pasty-faced bastard and treat him to a main course of humiliation with an execution nightcap. It's not the easiest option, but I'm thinking it's the only shot we've got.
But Zion has shown that he possesses an amazing amount of power.
Well, I say we ask Yayoi. She's the one pursuing Zion's puppet Simone, or Barbara, or whatever her name is this week. Yayoi, when you caught up with the fashion-addled hag, just how did you intend to confront her?
Her powers are roughly equal to mine, so the worst case would be that we would seal each other. I do not see any other way aside from direct confrontation.
Well then, I think we have our answer. They have Simone, we have Yayoi. They have Zion, we have Slayn. It'll be Former Dark Master versus Dark Master. If their powers truly are equal, they should seal each other. I mean, that may not be good for Yayoi and Slayn's health, but it will put this creepy ritual to bed. Phew.
Possible. But remember that the Dark Master within Slayn has not been awakened.
Yes, we need to discuss the awakening with those in Dark Mountain.
Then we will proceed once the Dark Master is awakened.
Sounds like a plan. And since Yayoi and yours truly are both spirit messengers, we should accompany him to Dark Mountain. Don't you think?
Excellent idea.
Raimi can't believe you said that! Raimi hopes it was a bad joke, but this isn't the time for that. Take this seriously. You know we have to find a way to stop Zion.
So the plan is to retrain the Dark Lord, starting as a spirit messenger. It may work, but only time will tell. The trial cave was damaged by Zion's attack, but we have just recently completed the repairs. Know that once you enter, you cannot return until the trial is completed. When you are ready to begin, approach me once more. Are your trial preparations complete? Please take your time and prepare well. Within this place, we dark messengers become one with the dark power. Grasping the dark sense, you are permitted to bring 2 assistants, but they must be spirit messengers themselves. Unfortunately, you cannot choose from amongst the dark messengers here, since we must remain to guard against attack by Zion.
Well, I guess that means it's me and Yoyoy.
Yes, of course.
Good luck!
Do your best.
Fight hard.
Sir? Would it be alright if Raimi went with him?
Yes. I do not think it will affect the outcome of his trial.
Oh, when you say it like that, it sounds like Raimi is no help at all.
Be that as it may, here is the scroll. Take this and recite the contents once you are inside.
Oh, I'll take care of the communications device while you're in there.
I will care for the communications device while you are below.
I will be holding communications device while you are in trial.
This is the cave of dark study.
This is different than where I studied, but the feeling is the same. A sense of concentrated power in the air.
I studied in a forest glen. Where did you study, Hugh?
I studied in a cavern below a deep valley. It was filled with an incredible amount of the wind spirit's power, just as this place is filled with dark power. Slayn, can you see the dark power here? That's fantastic! Seeing the power is half the battle. We'll have this trial over in no time, Chief. That's a great feeling, isn't it? Well, with your progress, Chief, we'll have this over in no time at all. Don't worry. It will happen. Unfortunately, we can't go back up until it does.
Raimi can't explain it, but it feels like things are moving slowly here.
The concentration of power here makes time change. One day to us may actually be 2 or 3 outside.
Who cares? It's just time.
Not to a fairy. Your kind doesn't need to interact with humans. Trust me, it's not in your makeup to understand such things. So don't try.
Hey, that's fairy discrimination.
Raimi, I do not believe he meant it that way. However, Zion is most definitely on a time schedule. We need to hurry here so we can stop him.
Oh, right. Let's hurry. It feels peaceful to Raimi. The dark power is strong here. It's a contest? Raimi likes contests. He did it! Slayn, hold the scroll to the crystal.
I knew you could do it, Chief.
Congratulations are in order.
Your powers as a spirit messenger have been awakened. The first word every messenger must learn is control. The first duty of a spirit messenger is to prevent a spirit from running wild. Control achieves that purpose. Use of this will allow Zion's dark power to be curtailed. Only when Zion is in the control state is he vulnerable to defeat.
An entire week has passed since you went into the trial cave. Only 10 days remain until the solar eclipse.
It has already been a week since you went into the trial cave. There are only 10 more days until the solar eclipse.
Has been 7 days since you are going into trial cave. Only 10 left until solar eclipse is coming.
It hardly seems possible it's been that long. Then again, we were wandering for some time.
It is like the difference in lifespans between normal humans and spirit messengers, who live more than 200 years. All it is meaning to me is we must hurry.
All I know is that we must hurry if we are to stop Zion before that eclipse.
We must hurry if we are to stop Zion.
First must return this. Oh, and while you were in trial cave, was using time making a special item. Is device that will send waves within spirit vase and tell how many souls are inside. Of course, must get close to vase for it to be working, and I could not. So function is only theoretical for now.
Here, you can have this back. Oh, Victor sent a message saying that he made some kind of device and is coming to deliver it.
I will be responsible for this. Victor sent a message saying he will soon bring a special device he made.
Oh, what is it?
While you were studying, I learned much about my father here, and I got this. Father's ring. It's a ring matched to my mother's. Now they can finally be one again.
That's great, Monica!
Oh, thank you, tiny flying person.
Hey, who are you calling tiny? You can see Raimi?
Yes, quite clearly.
Yay! Now Raimi has someone else to talk to!
Who precisely are you?
Oh, right. Raimi is a dark fairy.
So, it was your voice I could sometimes hear.
Correct. In fact, if you think about it, since your father was a spirit messenger, it would not be strange if you were one also.
Well, that and the fact that we're at Ground Zero in Dark Mountain. Your dark abilities are heightened here.
Yes. Yes, I suppose that does make sense.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go.
Miss, you have a visitor.
Oh, come in. This is the day you find your smile again. We found a medicine to cure you.
Oh my! I can scarcely believe it!
I hope this works.
So, how do you feel?
I'm not sure there's any difference, but I do feel a bit warmer. No, I don't think I'm ready for that. Let me rest here for a few more days until I'm sure the medicine has worked. Perhaps you are right. Besides, I don't know if I'm ready to venture outside yet. I'll wait a few days to see if the medicine has really worked before I consider going outside. I'll do my best to rest until the medicine takes effect. I don't know how to thank you for the trouble you've gone to on my behalf.
Good. You've all returned, and your spirit messenger abilities seem to have returned as well. No, it's different than that. You've awakened? At any rate, we've at last run out of time. As it stands, the spirit vase will be filled. Just the confident words I would expect of a Dark Master.
We can't destroy the vase. If we do that, the spirits already captured will be lost.
It appears that the only choice we have is to defeat Zion himself. Not what I was expecting to hear, but it might come to that.
No, we have to try to fight.
Timid words are not the way of a Dark Master. Didn't you complete your awakening? General Kreutzwehr has already begun marching on James Castle to launch the attack. Please join him at once.
Orpheus, this evil is that woman's doing. If not for your own, then for your sister's sake. Hold your sword.
Michelle is dead.
What?
During a battle in her village, the machine that kept her alive was damaged.
I do not know what to say, except that I am sorry.
My body is consumed with disease. I have no reason to live any longer. A grand battle against Lord Kruzver will be a fitting end for me. My sister is the reason I have chosen to fight on this side.
What?
They've offered to cure my sister's condition if I fight for them.
Orpheus.
Do not pity me. My body is consumed with disease. They have kept me alive this long only by medicines.
Orpheus, friend, I can see that you are not well. This is not the time for battle. You need medical assistance.
No, I cannot rest. The court magician has already given me the medicine I need to continue in their service. No more can be done.
Don't you see it? She's...
No, I will not hear words against her. If not for her medicine, I would have long since perished. I fight now to protect her so she can cure my sister of her illness. Until my sister is cured, the life of the court magician is as precious as my own. So then, Lord Kruzver, we fight for what we both cherish.
I cannot believe it has come to this.
Are all of our allies here? There's such a difference in troop strength.
Are all our allies represented here? There's such a disparity in battle strength.
Okay, I heard that difficult fighting had thinned the ranks of our allies, but this is upsettingly ridiculous.
Even if enemy is many, we must believe in our strength and fight bravely.
If we are not determined, we will lose. We must fight with all the confidence we can muster.
Fight hard!
I can't fail. What about Michelle?
Brother, stop! Please!
Michelle! Why are you here? How? You must return to the safety of your room.
Brother, I'm fine. Slayn and his friends cured my illness.
Cured? How can that be?
It's true. See how well I look? There's no need for you to fight any longer.
Orpheus, you heard what she said. Will you now lay down your sword?
I have no reason to fight you any longer, but I cannot lay down my sword.
Orpheus, why?
I must protect Mother.
What?
Mother is alive?
Michelle, it is too dangerous here for you to remain. Go to the rear and find Kenneth.
I shall do as you ask, but please be careful.
So this is my end.
Orpheus!
Please look after Michelle.
Orpheus, I wish I could have saved you. Leave your sister in my care and sleep in peace. This world is one of bitterness. Bid it farewell now, and greet your sister in a better place. Orpheus, why did you try to do so much? There is much left to do here, but I must care for the needs of the city. I shall leave Zion to you. Once Zion is defeated, please look after Orpheus.
Clive!
What's wrong?
Lindenberg has fallen silent.
But that's impossible!
Orpheus did not protect the city as well as we had hoped.
Wind! Tell me what whispers you hear. The vermin are nearly upon us.
Simone! Stop this!
I am not going to allow you to abuse the power of the spirits!
You speak as if you have a chance to stop Lord Zion's plan. I'm afraid you are mistaken.
I will never forgive you for taking my child from me. You will pay for his suffering with your blood. And so, the murderous face of the one that destroyed my dear Orpheus is revealed.
Mother!
Orpheus?
Barbara is his mother?
He cannot be the child she left behind.
But that means Michelle's mother is...
General Leadbolt's mother!
So, the truth is revealed at last. I am, or rather was, Simone Leadbolk, the mother of Orpheus. 14 years ago, I left my son Orpheus and my newborn Michelle to fulfill my destiny as a moon spirit messenger. But my work as a spirit messenger could never fill the void of the family I left behind. I missed them greatly. When I learned of my husband's death and Michelle's illness, my heart ached. And it was during that time Lord Zion came to me, promising that if I abandoned my calling and did his bidding, he would cure my children's afflictions. Thus,
So that is when you fled the shrine.
You abandoned your post as spirit messenger?
I'm beginning to understand.
I could not betray a mother who put her children's lives ahead of her own. But Mother, don't you see? Now that Michelle's illness is cured, there's no need for you to follow Zion.
Michelle is cured?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You don't need to fight for Zion any longer.
But what about you, Orpheus? You need the medicine.
I will not lend aid to evil just so I can spare my own life. If Father were here, you know he would say the same.
You're right, Orpheus. You have become as wise as your father. I will not serve Zion any longer.
He's not wise like his weak father. He's a fool like his mother. You've made the wrong choice again, Barbara. Goodbye. I'll protect you, Mother. Damn! How did you do this? The space-time crystal has no effect.
Da! Interference device seems to have done job.
Good thing we had Victor's interference device.
If you believe that will stop me from crushing you all, you are sadly mistaken. This is madness. But even you cannot stop Lord Zion's plan now.
I don't know how to thank you properly. Without you, I might have lost my children forever.
You have my gratitude as well. There will be time for celebration later. Our task now is to protect His Highness James.
Yes, the cruelty we have seen is not the mark of James, but rather Zion. We must stop him.
Thanks to your efforts, I did not have to end Simone's life to stop her. I know it may sound strange, but when we first met, I could never have imagined it would turn out like this. I suppose this is what one would call a twist of fate.
Who are you? That egomaniac must be stopped. He locked me in here and took control of my troops. Worst of all, he demanded I wear a sullied frock. What? But I'm a victim. Zion locked me in this horrid little room. That horrid little man has been controlling my troops since we came here. He must be stopped. You don't have to be so defensive. You'll need a key to make it work. Zion left me in this horrid space without one. I suppose he thought it was comical. I wasn't amused. That's a strong name. I do hope you have the strength to defeat Zion. That pint-sized menace is through the main door over there. But it's locked from the inside, no doubt. However, He doesn't know that there's a secret passage behind one of the statues next to the door. Push the statue and the way will open. All I ask is that you make that troll suffer for the indignities he has relished heaping on me.
This might seem obvious, but why didn't you just use the transfer gate to escape?
Didn't you think to escape through the transfer gate?
James, why didn't you leave through the transfer gate?
It was another mind game that mental case played with me, locking me in a dreary room with a transfer gate, but without the pendant needed to activate it. I was not amused. But that's neither here nor there at the present. You must squash that bug before he spreads his poor taste and vile disposition across the world.
Yayoi, I owe you the biggest apology of all. Anyone else would have given up on me. Without your help, I could not have left Zion behind. Regardless of what happens at the shrine, that will never change.
I'm guessing you may want to use the transfer gate here.
That's...
You killed my father!
Why do you do this foolish thing?
This will ruin our world! Why are you doing this?
Whoa, whoa, whoa there! Messing with the spirit powers isn't some kind of circus trick. You can do some serious damage, and if you're really crazy, even destroy the entire world.
Abusing the dark power can destroy the world we all share. Have not enough people been sacrificed to fuel your naked ambition?
Slayn! Call on the spirits to use the control spell now! We won! We won! We won! We won! We won!
We did it.
Well, imagine that. We've won.
The world is saved.
Da, is good timing.
Our efforts have at last paid off.
We need to take the vase to Dark Mountain.
We are grateful for your hard work on our behalf, Dark Lord. Zion's spirit has been confirmed to have arrived in the underworld. Now the darkness that has veiled this world is clearing, and sunlight can return to our lands. We shall return the spirits contained within this to the underworld. There they may rejoin the eternal cycle. We shall safeguard this memory ruby as well.
It's over now. We should leave.
Not quite yet. We must remove the Dark Lord's soul from your body.
But if we do that, he'll...
Silence! If we do not, the original soul of Grey Gilbert will be annihilated. Do you wish him to perish?
No, but... Oh, I don't know anymore.
Heed the spoken last will and testament of the Dark Lord, as he used the secret art of dependence. In the event that Zion is defeated, I will accept death obediently. Save the owner of the body. Do not be anxious. This body is destined to live.
I'm not just in love with what we see. I'm in love with what he is. His soul. Victor? Hugh? What is that? I can't believe what I'm seeing. Yes.
Is no need for thanking.
Don't look at it that way. I would have died without you. The only regret I have is, well, I lost to you.
What is wrong with your head? You're babbling nonsense. Why would you say that? It doesn't make any sense.
Well, it's all water under the bridge now. We're one big happy family, right? Let's get out of here.
I can sense your feelings. Do not fear your fate. Come, Dark Lord. It is safe to leave the body.
My body. I'm back. It's been such a long time since I've seen you, Annette.
Gray? But what happened to... Is he already...
Yes, he's gone. It's just me again.
Oh.
Let's go home, Annette.
He's gone. Raimi's happy she was able to spend the time with him she had. Wait! Raimi doesn't have to say goodbye yet. She can go meet him in the underworld.
It's over. We should go.
Not yet. If we do not remove the Dark Lord's soul from that body, the consequence will be...
But if we do that...
There is no choice. If the Dark Lord remains in this body, the original soul of Grey Gilbert will be consumed. The Dark Lord prepared for this possibility when he spoke his last will and testament before using the secret art. In the event that Zion is defeated, I will accept death obediently. Save the owner of the body.
But what happens if a soul is stripped from its body?
The soul must return to the cycle, traveling to the underworld to await rebirth. As one with the qualities of a dark spirit messenger, you must understand this. The body you see will not disappear, so do not worry.
I don't care about the outward appearance. If the soul is different, they are a different person. I am not in love with outward appearance only. Victor, Hugh.
I'm finally able to control my body fully.
Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle.
Is it really you? No, I just wanted to be sure. That doesn't matter to me.
That is happy ending.
Works for me. Let's get out of here.
Dark Lord, it is safe now. Come out.
My body! I did it! I returned!
So this is goodbye, isn't it? To see the one I love leaving to become a dark spirit messenger is sad.
Monica.
Wait, if I become a spirit messenger, can't we meet when you're reborn? I can't hear your answer, but I will become a splendid spirit messenger and try to find you. So, this isn't goodbye. We will meet again.
It's over at last. We should go now.
This chapter is not concluded until the Dark Lord's soul is removed from that body.
But that's...
It is dangerous, yes. But as a messenger, you know that there are laws they must abide by. The Dark Lord must have planned for this, or he would not have preserved Gray's soul so carefully. If he is not removed from that body soon, Gray will be lost forever.
Then if we transfer his soul to another body, he need not die, correct?
True. But the soul in the receiving body would be crushed. There is no way to avoid it. Since there is no body without a soul, I am afraid there is nothing we can do.
What if I were to offer my...
Do not do rash thing! Be waiting minute more!
Victor, Hugh, this is...
Hey, we meet again.
Your hard work is appreciated, Gray.
Yeah, your feat was nothing to sneeze at, kiddo.
Kiddo?
Well, I have been alive since long before you were born, remember? To me, you're just a kid. Kid.
If you are such oldness, why you are calling me old man and grumpy pants? Is no respect.
I said I was older than him. I didn't say I was older than dirt, Stinky Pants.
I am glad to hear that. But does that mean you are not ready to go to the underworld? I'm so happy to hear that. I wanted to spend more time with you as well. Love between a spirit messenger and a human must be unrequited. All that is required is a little patience until that body's lifespan comes.
Looks like we got ourselves a bona fide happy ending. What do you say we get out of here before something spoils the moment?
Yes, of course. I shall begin the extraction at once.
I am not a dark spirit messenger, so I cannot see where you are. But I imagine you are next to Raimi.
Wow! Amazing! That's right! How did she know?
Could it be love? If it is the movements of someone I love, I can predict that much.
Aww, love is so sweet. What a pity it cannot bear fruit here.
There is nothing I can do about that. Though the end is sad, I am happy to have been able to love you even for a short time. Fortunately, I am a spirit messenger and may live to see you again when you are reborn. I will look forward to that reunion. This is not goodbye. We will meet again.
What? The medicine for Orpheus? Very well. Please leave the medical treatment to me now.
I can scarcely believe that my brother and I will both be healthy again. Thank you so much for making the reality I dared not even dream come true.
We are not finished yet. We must take the Dark Lord's soul out of that body.
What are you talking about?
You do not know? The one you know is really a man being moved by the soul of a Dark Lord, sharing his body. If the Dark Lord remains within him, Gray's soul will be crushed from existence.
That's dreadful. What are we to do?
To save Gray's life, the Dark Lord's soul must be coaxed out. They have been together so long. It is now a matter of life and death for Gray. Permanent death for Gray. Since a crushed soul cannot be reborn, there is no choice. We must perform the extraction.
But won't that kill the Dark Lord?
This is the spoken last will and testament of the Dark Lord, as he used the secret art of dependence. In the event that Zion is defeated, I will accept death obediently. Save the owner of the body.
This is terrible. I am finally released from that room, and now he must go away.
There is no other way. It was the Dark Lord's wish once the goal was accomplished. Let us begin.
Be waiting 1 minute more!
Victor! Hugh! What's that? What does it...
Michelle! I'm so happy to see you. What's the matter, Michelle? Don't you know me?
You're gray.
Why do you say that?
It's no use lying. I will not mistake you for the person I loved.
But why do you say that? I give up.
I just listen to my heart. Maybe that's just the power of love. Of course. I know the soul of the person I fell in love with. Let's go. I don't want to waste one moment of our time together.
At last, it seems to be big, happy end.
You said it, Party Pants, and for once I don't disagree. Let's go.
Is it gone at last?
That's... Raimi, is that? Oh, you can't see. But he's become a spirit and is next to Raimi.
Oh, Mother came back, and I was finally going to live happily ever after with everybody.
Oh, Michelle.
I won't forget you. The fact that you saved me, that you stopped the war, that you saved the world, everything. I will tell everyone I know.
Well, it looks like this is the end. Congratulations to all of you for a job well done.
Not so fast. If we do not take the Dark Lord's soul from that body...
Oops, you're right. That might be a huge problem. Well, if this doesn't work out, Chief, have fun in the next life.
Sorry to have kept you waiting. By orders of Victor, I have delivered the item.
Item? What's Funky Pants done now? Hey, a homuncule whatever! The old man came through! Wait, I get it! We can transfer your soul into this body, Chief!
That seems to be the intended use. Leave this to me.
I finally returned to my own body, alone.
You did it, Chief! I know it hasn't been long since we met, but when great things like this happen, it seems like we've been friends for ages. Whoa, that was harsh! If you're not careful, you'll hurt your best friend's feelings. Your best non-sexual, platonic-only friend's feelings. That was just what I needed to hear. Yeah, it's been pretty great. Well, I suppose this is the happiest ending we're gonna get. What do you say? Shall we get out of here?
We made it to end. Let us celebrate. Not just yet. We must still remove the Dark Lord's soul from that body. Can it not wait more time? What in the name of darkness is that?
I should have known something was up when Liar Pants was being so nice to me.
Was thinking something might happen like this way, so made this ahead of time. Show them!
I know. I'm getting it.
Since this is having no soul, you can transfer into this, yes? Of course. Leave this to me.
I've returned to my own body at last!
I owe you much big debt. If had not met you, evil deed of Zion would have been big weight on head forever. I wishing to think this repays debt to you a little bit, eh?
You did it, Chief! We got a happy ending! I say we get out of here before something comes along and spoils the mood.
Is well said.
Suddenly I'm a slave to the old coot! This isn't fair!
Was thinking this might be happening, so made this before. What you waiting for? Get it out!
Hey, Bossy Pants, it's getting done. Calm down.
Hey! Raimi sing doubly doublesons.
Was thinking about what Zion did to make more of him. So crafted special edition homunculus. As you can detect, there is no soul in it. So I'm thinking, can transfer one into it. Yes, and that would eliminate the need to send his soul to the underworld.
What? Huh? Oh, I see. Since he's now a homunculus, you're invisible to him. I understand completely. Leave it to me. Say, Chief, I have a message from Raimi. She said, Raimi had so much fun on this adventure. Have a happy life, Slayn.
Wait, I remember this. I wonder where the ring is now. What happened to that key? Wait, I remember now. The key's in the small box with the ring in it. But why do you have it? It was supposed to be lost in the attack on my mother. How is it possible you were with my mother when this happened? Can it be that you're my childhood friend, Gray? I wish you had told me this sooner. But I guess you couldn't with the loss of your memory. I just wish you had remembered sooner. I guess you're right. If you were Gray, you wouldn't forget me, would you? So, you aren't Gray, but you have Gray's memories? Oh, this is all so confusing. How could it have happened? Oh, never mind. I just wish you had remembered this sooner. It's all so confusing. It's Gray's body, but the person I'm talking to isn't Gray. If two souls are sharing the same body, what is to become of Gray's soul? Really? But then, what will happen to you? Surely your soul will need some place to go. That's terrible. Well, I was hoping you'd say something more hopeful, but at least you were honest. This ring. But I didn't think Mother went shopping with me long ago, and I pestered her to buy this ring for me. She didn't buy it for me that day. She said it was not a ring for a child, but she really did come back and buy it so she could give it to me when I was older. Unfortunately, that day never came.
But this is like her touching you now, to give the gift to you after all. Be happy.
The body you had is gone, right? Oh, that's too bad.
I don't mean to cause alarm, but were you aware that there's a small fairy flying next to you? Oh, good. So you do know.
What is this? You're denying Raimi now? That's not very nice.
So, you can see her. Yes, and I'm glad you can see her as well. So what's your name, little fairy?
Oh, Raimi.
I've always been able to see fairies, but I dared not mention it for fear people would think I was crazy from this confinement. For some reason, when you came in with the fairy, I felt compelled to ask if you could see it too.
Raimi's just glad whenever someone can see her.
What kind of fairy are you?
Raimi is a dark fairy. Do you know any others?
Well, not personally, but when I look out my window, I see wind fairies fluttering about. Sun fairies sometimes stray into that room with the morning light, and I've even seen moon fairies on dark nights. Moon fairies are the most friendly. They would talk with me so I wasn't lonely.
If they were keeping you company, you can call them friends.
Well then, I guess I just made another. Pleased to meet you.
Raimi can never have too many friends.
Thank you. I'm so worried about my brother and mother. Well, I am prepared, but I still pray it isn't so. If that is the case, I must go home at once. I believed in my heart you would say such a thing, but please don't endanger your own life. If anything happened to you, I don't know what I'd do. This is like a dream. I'm so glad I dared to reveal my feelings to you. You've done so much for me. If it were not for you, I would not even be able to walk around like this. I just don't know what I can do to show my appreciation. I'll try my best. Oh, I see. That's fine. But I will find a way to show my gratitude. Please take care of my brother and mother. What am I saying? I'm sorry. Excuse me.
How are you holding up after all that?
Oh, me? I'm fine. Really?
As usual.
Well, how are you doing?
If you're doing well, why would you think any less of me?
You even talk like a prodigy. You need to lighten up if you're going to make it to the end.
Whatever the case, I'm not going to fall second to the likes of you.
Hey there, Chief. What's with the frown? You have to try. Sleep's all we've got to keep us going through all of this. Give it another shot. You don't want to talk about it. I get it. Good night. Oh, I was just getting ready to turn in myself. Night, Chief. Who? Him? He's an old acquaintance of mine. When you live on the road, you meet lots of people. Well, I'm pushed. Good night.
Hugh, I need to speak with you privately.
Oh, right. I'll be back in a sec, guys. Wait right here.
Just what the hell do you think you're doing, breaking the rules of the trial?
You don't understand. There were changes. Things happened. This Zion character showed up.
The wind told me about the changes. What I want to know is why did you take yourself out of the running to be a lord?
Isn't it obvious? It was to save a little thing I like to call the world.
Yes, but if you had become a lord, you would have had access to secret arts. The secret arts are more powerful than all of us put together. You could have...
There wasn't time. Simple as that. My trial wouldn't have ended for another year. Do you really think this world would still even be here? Talk is cheap. This was the time for action, and I did what was necessary. I didn't mean for you to see that. Sorry. He was the other candidate for Lord. Some people say he's a prodigy. The rules of the trial say that two have to compete, and I was his opponent. At least this way, the end result for him is positive. He will gain the status of Lord uncontested.
It's your fault that Hugh gave up his quest to become a master. Why did you make him give up? His benefit? I don't see it. He was supposed to duel with me for the position. Yeah, with a little help from you, right? I'm not taking that. It is your fault. And now I can't duel him for the honor of becoming a master. Huh. As if that makes up for what you've done. I'm not his stalking horse, but this was my chance to prove that.
Stalking horse? What's that?
In chess, it's a piece you use to make your opponent get serious in his game, and then sacrifice so he can be better. It didn't have to turn out like it did! I played the game right! A rival? I studied nature until I thought I'd die or go mad, and at last I was qualified to take the master's test. But the elders decreed that Hugh had more talent, and they put him in line to take the master's test. You're a dark messenger, so you understand how essential character is in an elemental messenger, right? But no matter how hard I studied, no matter how hard I trained, I would not close the gap in character. That's why I wanted to duel Hugh. But Hugh is not the kind to even recognize his natural talent. I wasn't even sure he'd duel me. When he broke the rules of the test and quit before I had the chance, it was all wrong. I didn't want it to end like this. I didn't want to gain the title by attrition.
Hey, sorry to have smashed your plan there, guy. I really am.
Hugh!
Tell you what, if you want to have a duel, let's have one now.
I'll tell you what, though. I can teach you a secret art that may help you.
We're inside, and there's a roof, so it would be hard to gather wind spirits. What do you say? The person who gathers the most wind spirits wins. But I'm warning you, I'm not going to make it easy. How about it?
I know you're a quick learner, so with that knowledge, the rest is up to you. I accept.
Why won't any of the wind spirits come? Does that mean they have equal abilities?
That's it. Forget it.
Forget it? I'd say you proved yourself just now. Our efforts canceled each other out.
No. I lost and you know it.
You saw it. Our power was equal. Are you trying to say I threw the match? Why would I do that?
No, that's not what I was saying. If our abilities were equal as we saw, and you gave it all up to save the world, then that just proves that you were the better man. One that I could never become. Train hard so you can learn to handle the new skill well. The path you chose was far more difficult than becoming a master.
I made the choice, and I have no regrets. I gave up one thing, but I got something far more valuable. I know that little trick will come in handy. Thanks.
I know. And so you've left the wind spirit world to me. By default.
Secret art?
Miss, hadn't you better rest a little?
Renault,
I know you feel responsible for him, but you haven't rested for 3 days. If you continue like this, you'll collapse from exhaustion.
His condition is so precarious now. If I were to rest, it might change so suddenly he would die before I could help him. Were Mother alive, she wouldn't have rested either. He should awaken soon. I'll just wait a while longer.
Miss.
It will all work out. Don't concern yourself with me. Oh, good. You're awake. Having collapsed where you did, you're quite fortunate to be alive. That area is infested with monsters who wouldn't have given a second thought to eating you. At the bottom of that cliff, remember? Oh, I'm sorry. My name is Annette. Might I ask your name? Oh, you must be suffering from amnesia. This is a checkpoint on the border of our kingdom. It's near where you collapsed. Don't you remember? I know you've been through quite an ordeal. Perhaps you can't speak yet. You don't remember? I can't say that I'm surprised. You've been through so much. Any information you can remember might help, though. Think hard. Can't you even recall your name? Well, don't worry about it. Your memory will return. But until then, we have to call you something, so I'll give you a temporary name. It's nice to meet you, Slayn. Come to think of it, I haven't told you who I am yet. Perhaps a more formal introduction is in order now. I am Annette Burns, daughter of the Zeronia Federation president.
Annette.
Oh, Uncle.
Well, it seems our guest is finally feeling better.
Oh, yes. Here, let me introduce you. This is my Uncle Marshall. He's in charge of the Federation defenses here.
Good to meet you.
And that is my uncle's right-hand man, Renault.
Nice to meet you. So, have you learned who he is yet?
Oh, yes. His name is Slayn. Unfortunately, he seems to remember little else. I believe it's due to amnesia from the fall. Not really, but we've decided to call him Slayn for now.
Decided?
Yes, you see, he seems to have lost his memory and can't recall his real name.
It must be a side effect of whatever ordeal he suffered.
The only other thing I know is that he has a ring weapon on his finger.
So he's a ringmaster. Likely he's a soldier from somewhere nearby then.
Well then, what now?
Even though he is conscious again, I just can't abandon him while he has no memory of who he is. I'll keep him here while he recovers, in the hope that he will in time remember. But surely you didn't come just to discuss our mysterious guest.
Oh, right. I came to warn you that our patrols have reported that aggressive troops are heading this way.
We believe they intend to attack this checkpoint.
I understand. Uncle, do what you must to prepare a defense. I'll evacuate those that cannot fight.
Please be careful, Annette.
I'm terribly sorry, but you heard what they said. I have to go now and help the others. Please, stay here.
You were supposed to be resting. What are you doing out here? We'll soon be under attack by aggressive troops. You'd best get back inside. Aggressive Kingdom lies to the west of our Zeronia Federation. Yes, our troop patrols are rarely wrong. Aggressive troops are headed this way, and they're outfitted to fight. That's all well and good. But don't underestimate these bastards from Aggressival. They're not a loose federation, but a strong, regimented army. This won't be child's play. That's your choice. But ring weapon or not, I don't think you know what you're about to face. There's a very real chance that these soldiers from Aggressival will destroy us all. The food shortage plaguing nearby kingdoms has come to Aggressival. We have long expected that they would attack Zeronia for our plentiful food supply. The situation there has become critical. Without food, their citizens will die. How have we come to live in such hateful times?
They're here! Marl, you take the west! Grappa, take care of the east! Renault, protect the stranger!
Yes, sir! Stay close, Slayn. This is going to get ugly. If things get too hectic, don't hesitate to chip in with your ring weapon. Ring weapons react to their owners. It can change to a weapon if you will it. Good, you've got a weapon. Excellent. During a battle, try to remain aware of where enemies are positioned. Also, try to concentrate on just engaging one at a time. No more time for talk. Fight! Why have you fallen to your knees? If you don't get up and fight, you'll be killed. Come on, get up!
No!
Do you know how to fight with it?
Your end is now! Witness my power! This should help. I knew this would come in handy. Die! Reap this! Now you've made me mad. That wasn't smart. Was it supposed to end this way? Death becomes you! You never fight against justice. You haven't the strength to prevail. The crows will feast tonight. Your end was predestined. I underestimated my own strength. They're no threat to us now.
It's amazing how a small surge of power can ruin your whole day. This should speed your death along nicely. A little something I conjured up. Don't give up. I saved this just for you. You're not going to live through this. You dropped your guard. You dare to strike me? Is that all you've got? The rest is up to you now. I've grown tired of your stench. Hope you're not a bleeder. Not so fast. You only have yourself to blame. That was the least I could do for humanity. Teamwork is key to victory. Never underestimate our power.
This should do the trick. You're dead weight. Let me help you. Eat this to right the wrongs. Sorry. I'm sick of your face. You're pathetic. You're going to need to try harder than that. Maybe I was wrong. You're no threat. I hope that hurt. I love the smell of victory in the morning. I didn't even break a sweat.
Oogly boogly boo! Huns will make it all better. Humiliation galore coming right up! I'll bet you never saw this coming. Ow! Go on without me. Eat this, ugly! Ha! Ha! Bet you didn't see that coming. You shouldn't have asked to supersize it. We did it! Woohoo! I'm the king of the world! Woo!
Watch this! If you're smart, you'll start running now. Here, I can help. This should do the trick. I have a gift for you. Special delivery. If you think you're going to get away with that, think again. Hey, that was not nice. This wasn't how it was supposed to end. One arrow in the face, coming right up. You're going down. I hope you can take what you give. Scum, you're too pathetic to even pity. Our skill is unmatched. Nothing can stand in our way now.
Taste my steel! My blade thirsts for blood! Taste my blade! Die! You'll pay for that. Death is the only solace for the wicked. Vengeance is sweet! Ha! The smell of victory never sours. They didn't stand a chance.
You definitely deserve this. You can't tell me you didn't see this coming. I'm here to help. A good deed is its own reward. I've always said it's better to give than receive. Feel the pain. I've taken worse hits from my grandmother. Was that supposed to be an attack? I failed. I won't go easy on you. Your demise is imminent. Evil is a disease. Death is the cure. Your dreams of domination were just a fantasy. They could not have triumphed. Their defeat was inevitable.
I must stop you. You shouldn't have attacked us. Here, I can help. Let me help you. Here, you forced me to do this. Why are you attacking us?
You brute! You reap what you sow. It's too late for surrender. I'm stronger than I look. Evil never begets good. There is no joy in death. Oh, I knew we would prevail. We won.
Oh, how embarrassing. How do you like this? I'll never let you win.
This should make it feel better. It pains me to do this. However, perhaps one day I will not have to kill for peace. You'll regret acting on that thought. Perhaps you are a worthy adversary after all. This is why I detest conflict. It hurts. I thrust this sword with the purest intentions. Unfortunately, you must die so that we may live. You didn't think I'd let you get away with that, did you? Face it, you're outclassed. I must admit that victory tastes sweet.
Here, enjoy. Take this. This is the least I can do. Let me help. Ew, you're the ugliest thing I've seen all week. Here's a little something I cooked up for you. I'll remember that. Okay, now I'm really mad.
Father, forgive me. Father.
You cheap sack of grits! Woo! This'll be a doozy! Right back at ya! That was dumb. Bye-bye. Extermination coming right up. All right! We're a great team.
Bring down the curtain. Curtain time! Another good reason I'm a great friend. I can't bear to watch you suffer. Anger management is so overrated. Don't be sad. There's enough of you to go around. Hey! Enough with the cheap shots. How embarrassing. Oh, dear. No! Allow me to spread the joy. Just relax. I am so sick of this. No more games. Abuse is a crime. Back at ya, you ruffian. I can't help but feel good. Lanced another boil on the backside of civilization. I could get used to winning. I love winning.
Forgive me. I find no pleasure in this. I can only do this much. But it should help. I cannot bear to watch you suffer. Do not judge me by my size. Failure is your only option. Do not underestimate me. Evil deeds beget painful retribution. I did not expect this. I was not strong enough.
I have more strength than you know. I have no love for the wicked. I am not a doormat. I will bleed an apology from you.
Evil will never prevail. I did what had to be done.
A united front against evil cannot be stopped. Battle is not for the weak.
Is especially for you. You're making me angry. We must be fixing this at once. I can make it feeling better. Running would have been better for you. Big surprise coming your way. Ah! Ooh. Oh. Forgive me. I have failed. There will be much enjoyment coming right up. Much excitement to come. You don't think I am taking what you are getting? You take that back. So, not as strong as looking, eh? Another one is going. Ha ha! I was knowing we would do it. Teamwork is being successful, comrades.
我が魔力よ。敵を滅ぼす力となれ。受けてみよ。我が魔力よ。皆を守る力となれ。頑張りましょう。成敗や
This is not the destiny I foresaw.
見えた。覚悟してください。よくも。へい。ごめんなさいね。次は誰でしょう。お疲れ様でした。これでおしまいですね。
やるな。
My power will not be denied! Drink deeply from the cistern of my goodwill. Feed my power with your blood. Let's play! Oh, I'll remember that! Oh, that was uncalled for! Ah! This isn't happening! How can this be? I hate you this much! I just don't like you! You've made a terrible mistake, Toad! Oh, so you want to play? You should have run away! Your suffering is my reward!
聞かぬな。
I must stop you. I pity you. Pain is the universal language of correction. Stay, and you will perish. Take this warning and flee. You leave me no choice. You will not prevail. Flee while you can! Girl power! I cannot let you prevail. I pity you. The wind of despair calls your name. There is no hope for you. Your predicament is impossible. You are doomed to fail. Manners, manners, manners! My pain is your pain. There's a time for manners and a time for pain. You are a slovenly oaf. You reap what you sow. My blades seek the blackest hearts. My power is more than you can imagine. The era of evil will soon pass. Your black deeds have earned this. I fight for justice. I have just begun to fight. My blades are true. One less shadow covering this world. There is no satisfaction in death. This world will be saved. You have died for a new tomorrow. You have died for a new tomorrow. Jerk. Nothing can stop us. Our victory is complete. There is no joy in killing. We will not be stopped. No! Please. Forgive me. Perhaps this will help. This is all I can do right now. This should be of assistance. I am stronger than I look. You will pay for that. I will do what I can. I wish I could do more. Let me soothe your pain. This should help. Your pain frightens me.
Nothing can save you. Pray your death is quick. You're not going to like me when I'm angry. You've made a terrible mistake, worm. Two could play that game. Payback's a... Well, it's not fun. Pain is the way of the foolish. Regret is the tonic of the weak. That was a mistake. Heal! Your weak attacks cannot do permanent damage. Your weak attacks cannot do permanent damage. Ah! No!
Destruction! Here, I've made this just for you. Here, watch this. Incoming! I've made this just for you. Enjoy! Special delivery! Sudden destruction coming right up. I have a little something for ya. What are you staring at? You deserve this. Your time is running out. Tit for tat. Take this, pig! Ha! Take that! Ha! Worm bait. See? Don't ever mess with me. See what happens when you mess with me? Toodles! You just wouldn't listen. See what happens when you mess with my tits? Good job! Good job, team! Sweet victory! We can do anything. We did it! We're a great team! How can I have let this happen? Forgive me, Father. Why has it come to this? Ow! That was not nice. That's gonna leave a mark. Perhaps this will help. I can help. This should help. We must cling together. Take this, fart knocker. Woo! Destruction! I have a little something something. See here! You're my friends. Swing low, sweet chariot. Do not muss the hair.
Stupid enemies die same as smart ones. I am making big painfulness for you. I am turning your brains to borscht. Here is little present, babushka. Open wide, comrade. Big surprise coming your way. Time to be running like little babushka. Is big scary, yes? Get a load of this, borscht brain. Victor is not punching bag. Here, you take back. Here, you take back. Another one is biting the dust, I think. Is beautiful thing to finish enemy. Is beautiful thing to finish enemy. Say goodbye. Say goodbye. Another one is going bye-bye. I am almost tasting victory now. This battle will be ours for the taking. The bigger they are, the harder they are falling. That is satisfying. Yes. Ha! Victory for Victor. Ha! Victory is having sweetness now! What a victory! Now there is no stopping us! This is not right. Oh, maybe this will be helping more. Every little bit helps success, eh? There is being more where this came from. Every little bit is helping success, no? I can make it fixing up. No worries, I fix you up. You are only needing little bandage. You are only needing little repair. It is not so big problem to fix. It will scab over. Is no problem. Keep fighting!
Here, enjoy. This is the least I can do.
Friends must help one another. I'll do what I can to help.
Eat this! Heads up! Hold your applause! Hold your screams, please, till after the show. I don't think you're gonna like this. I have a spell with your name on it. I think it's supper time. No pain, no... no, that's not right. Oh, forget it. No time like the present. Ring the dinner bell. This little piggy went to slaughter. This you must eat. Time for a little crust monster à la rouge. Time for a little pureed monster à la rouge. Time to die. Try not to be too impressed. Watch this. You're in for a treat. Well, all bad things must end. I think it's time I shared the love. If you insult me first, it'll make it easier on me. I've got you in my sights. Let's see if a little makeover will make you less ugly. Look, I am not a happy camper right now. No hard feelings, but enemies are enemies. This is so aggressive. Oh well, you should have run when you had the chance. I'll not stand here and take that. No more wire hangers! That was not nice at all. Tit for tat, Brad. You didn't expect me to just take that, did you? You need a lesson in manners. You need a lesson in manners, bitch. Abuse is a crime. Unless it's self-abuse, and then that's a different matter altogether. Just relax. This might hurt a bit. Let me show you the way out. No more games. Playtime's over, pal. Your time is up. One less freak to worry about. That felt great. That was satisfying. Well, that was trivial. I like winning. That gave me goose flesh. That was exciting. That was exhilarating. There is no stopping us. We are a great team. What a team. Winning is much better than losing. That wasn't very nice. The loons. I can hear the loons. This is certainly unexpected. What a horrid end to my day. What an insufferable circumstance. Here's a little something I learned a while ago. Here's a little something you might like. Here's some juice for your caboose. One huge special coming right up. Watch and learn, baby cakes. Watch this. Hey, you no likey. Oh, I knew I didn't buy enough armor. Oh, irritable bowel. Keep it above the belt. Not here to make friends, eh? No, you've made me mad. Okay. That wasn't nice. Ouch! Ow! That hurt! Oh, that's what I get for buying discount armor. There's no excuse for that. Oh, I'll take care of that, boo-boo. My generosity knows no bounds. My special gift to you. One good deed, a la carte. One good deed coming right up. Always aren't any fun. You can thank me later.
So that is how we will play, eh? Now Mr. Nice Guy is no more. Everyone can get lucky hit. That is leaving the mark. That did not hurt much. Definitely hurting. Oh, now I am taking gloves off.
I'm so sorry.
Shoot. Oh, crap. How do I get myself into these things?
I do not have the strength to continue.
I know you've been through quite an ordeal. Perhaps you can't speak yet. Belly noise again. That area is infested with monsters who wouldn't have given a second thought to eating you. What was that? Did you hear that? Like, what was that? Like noise? Still, it's better to have a weapon end up unused. There's been enough bloodshed already. Still, it's better to have a weapon up your bung. Monica, don't listen to him. He's obviously lost... He lost his brush. Yeah. He's lost his bung. So, what are you two doing up at this hour? That's just the information we needed. Let's have some more drinks. That's just the information we needed. Thank you. Well then, Thank you, Orpheus. Oh, crap. I just put another big hole in my jeans. It totally just, like, put a big hole. Yeah, and it's like every time I bend over, it gets bigger. My jeans are totally ripped, like, right here. Look. Yeah, I have another pair, but they make me itch. It's like the cheek. The cheek is all ripped. Yeah, butt cheek style. Okay. Where are we? Did the... Okay. Where are we? Did the device work? I can't say that. Where are we? Did the... Crap. The most direct route through Schwarzhaus is already guarded by troops from James' faction. Dang! So he has a pattern of using a homonucleus to do his... Homonucleus. How do you say it? Homunculus? So he has a pattern of using a homunculus to do his dirty work. I'm prepared. I know. Woo! Yes, he's... What's the, feel here? The only other thing I know is that he has a... F-bomb. Yes!
He was utilizing... Okay. Oh dear. He was utilizing again. Okay. Let's try it again. He was utilizing a homunculus? He was utilizing a homunculus? He was utilizing a homunculus? He was utilizing a homosexual? That's what it wanted to come out like. That can't be in the outtakes. That was really bad. Oh dear. What a fortuitous development for us then. What was that? Yeah, it's like a teenage boy. This must be the cap to my bottle.
Da, a happy ending. Da, a happy ending. I'm doing that Jewish thing. Even if now, Bible, has been 7 days since you are going to Trial Cave. Only 10 left until solar eclipse is coming. Oh, I can hardly wait. Okay, I know. I knew I was off, so I just kept going. Meh. He's like, huh. It's like, no commitment. Fool! Wait! We come so far, I must be looking at the books here little longer. There is so vast much thing, my notes, I can't read them. Okay, I'll keep going. Wait! The next words I speak will be the line. I was meaning to tell something else to you. And I will return to my laboratory. And I will return to my laboratory. And I will return to my laboratory. Blood. Are we recording or something? I do not think she is from here. Probably from east. Far east. Wait. I do not think she is from here. That's too Transylvanian. Majesty, you must not be giving up. Leave the generator I'm getting Italian again. Why do you do this foolish thing? Why you... You're laughing.
And I wish to go as well. And find some munchkins in Never Never Land. I wish to go as well. You? Ugh. You. She's right. Our focus must now shift from regional alliances to preserving this world. It's very... Hello. This we're preserving. I came here to ensnare the one who betrayed my clan. I came here to betray the one who ensnared my clan. Sir? Sir with the fairies? Pardon me. Sir with the fairies, excuse me. The moon spirit holds the power of persuasion over people's hearts and memories. The moon spirit holds the power of possession. Possession? I'm possessed.
It is no use lying. It's no use lying. I will not mistake...
That was my stomach. Yeah.
Sorry for this crazy arrangement. I know talking through the window is not the most convenient, but I must stay inside. Sorry for this crazy irhabihisho. Well, not personally, but when I look out my window, I see wind fairies freely flying and farting. I don't mean to cause alarm, but were you aware that there's a small fairy flying nearby? Next to you, you fug. Next to you. A bugger. A mofo. I don't mean to cause alarm, but were you aware that there's a small mother effing fairy flying next to you? Okay, here we go.
Remove the spell you've placed on the commander and accept the judgment of law. Or end your life by my sword, it's your choice. Remove the spell you've placed on the commander and accept the judgment of law. Or end your sword on my life. Read, John, read, okay? I know it's been a day, alright? Why would he attack there? Unless he intends to kill villagers to collect their souls. Why would he attack there? Unless he... Oh, I figured it out.
My plan is to attack this newly discovered fortress in Aggressival. My plan is to attack this newly discovered fortress in a dress... Nice pink one with white frills. It's like the Trojan War. As I've said before, I've analyzed the enemy's strengths from all angles, and this is the best plan under the circumstances. As I've said before, I've Good Lord!
Fight hard! Fight hard! Fight hard! Fight hard! Fart loud! Okay. Hugh, Remy thinks that we should do it. I wasn't even thinking about that. I just said words. Seriously. Hugh, Remy thinks you should tell me about your mother. Well, at least Remy's happy. Okay.
It does seem that way. It does seem that way. And what's worse is the secondary effect of the forbidden art. An excess of dark waves radiating... Are we going to have trouble with that word? Don't give me trouble. 50,000 souls. What you talking about? We shall return the spirits contained within this to the underworld, so they may rejoin the cycle. We shall return the spirits contained within this to the underworld, so they can have fun and Darn.
Let's ask you. Let's ask you. Yoi. Let's ask you. Yoi. Let's ask you. Yoi. Man, I say we confront that. Had a little lip fart there. Air bubble trapped up in there. But what would a master soul be doing here, within Slayn? Have you seen the way he dresses? If he is, I don't think even he knows. He has amnesia. His cheese isn't quite on his cracker. If he is, I don't even think he knows. He has amnesia. And so do I. No! Generations of wisdom of the Lord has been lost? I bit my cheek. Yes. Where's that added pain? Well, well, fancy running into you here. We must be tied at the ankles by the thread of fate. Not that I'm complaining, mind you. I really don't mind. A little bondage now and then? What could it hurt? Well, then spill it, grumpy pants. Well, then spill it, dumpy cramps. Dunno, but talking can't hurt. So flaps your lip. So flaps your lips a little. Dunno, but talking can't hurt. So flaps your flaps. Flaps down. Dunno, but talking can't hurt. So flap your lips a little and see if it helps my trust issue. Flaps. What? You mean to What? You mean to say that you took the job to prevent it from going to another assassin that would really succeed? Bigger breath. What? You mean to say that you took the job to prevent it from going to another assassin? Oh man, that's a tough one. The reason I find you interesting is that you're radiating a wave of dark powder. Powder. That's a good one. I know, it wasn't a very good take. Are you turning me off? Don't you dare turn me off. Oh, you can't hear this. What, are you afraid your parents are going to hear you? Are you supposed to be asleep? Is that why you're playing it so low? Can you hear me now? Do I need to speak up? How's that? Is that better? Do your parents know that you have a hearing problem? Maybe you should have your hearing checked. Okay, kid. There is no 11. Okay, there is no 11. Now you're just toying with me. Go ahead. Push it again. Okay, now you're just toying with me. Not that I don't like it. My sister used to push my buttons like that.
I believed that the guards had collapsed, but now I see that it was you. So, have you retrieved it? You may leave. I will take care of matters here personally. Do not concern yourself with anything but protecting the water. We must prevent them from taking it at all costs. What a strange coincidence to see you here. I owe the progress of our plan to you. Your vase is the cornerstone of our effort. Enough talk. There is no need to tell future plans to those who have no hope of seeing them. You'll go nowhere while I am alive, but I'll be happy to collect your souls once you are dead. Not once, but twice I have tasted defeat. I cannot win in this body.
This is the final test for a spirit messenger. It is here that we assess your intelligence and strength. Let me explain how this trial works. Behind me, at the top of the structure, is a dark crystal. When the test commences, the Master Guardian will begin moving toward the crystal. The Guardian has the ability to disrupt your concentration. Therefore, to pass this test, you must arrive at the crystal first. When you are prepared to begin, approach me and indicate your readiness. Let the trial commence. I have seen the hand of the Dark Lord. Hold the scroll to the crystal and recite the words on it. The rest of you must hold your position. Using the art of control with the spirits can prevent Zion from achieving his goal. Control is our most basic command, and yet one of the most powerful. You now have the tools you need to stop Zion. Go.
What an unpleasant surprise. But I suppose a fool and his soul is soon parted. It's too late for regrets and second thoughts. Were you not so pathetic, I might find some pity for your mental state. Ah, yes. But which of you will risk your soul to deliver them? Just in time? For what? Witness to my ultimate victory? So, do I understand that you believe the crisis has passed? Such a crisis of confidence is unwarranted. My path remains the same. Only a single soul remains to be collected to achieve 50,000 required for the ritual. Of course, that is easily remedied. There, 50,000. Now everything is in place for the solar eclipse. Once I add your souls to the vase, my abilities will be enhanced. And so the time has come to feed my ambition. Even though only a few months have passed, I still recall the glorious sensation of murdering you. Brave words from such a coward. Who says manners are dead? Let's see what you've got. Such strong words from a crusader of good. You're no better than me. Sticks and stones. Sticks and stones, boy. Perhaps. I've killed many for the betterment of us all. As you grow older, you will learn how insignificant your existence really is. Your father merely led the way into oblivion. Why? I was denied my right to wield the dark power, to control the life and death of all mortal creatures. When I was selected to be a spirit messenger, I did as I was told. I studied. I worked. I toiled toward my goal, but I was denied the ultimate prize, the one thing I was destined to possess, the power over life and death. Having the scent of that power as a spirit messenger is worse than never knowing it, and so I will be denied no longer. I will seize the power I was denied and rule the world that was destined to be mine. The imperfections of this world that require suppression of spirit power are not to be ignored. I am the only one strong enough to see the problems and wield spirit power to correct them. Any sacrifices made pale compared to the benefit you will witness once I claim my birthright. Your efforts to silence me are worthless. If you destroy this body, I will simply inhabit another. You cannot win. This is impossible! Only 2 souls remain to be collected to achieve 50,000 required for the ritual. Of course, that is easily remedied. Only a handful of souls remain to be collected to achieve 50,000 required for the ritual. Of course, that is easily remedied.